Hello and welcome to Build Up to Good Game. We're now in 5 minutes away from kick-off at Anfield as it's Liverpool against West Ham United. A win for the Hammers would see us come out of the relegation zone and above Nottingham Forest prior to their game tomorrow and go a point behind Spurs prior to their game also tomorrow. Gonzo, how is oneself?
All right, thank you, mate. I'm all right. Just casting my eyes over the Liverpool team, which should be on your screens at the moment. Probably not sort of too far from the truth there, particularly with Gomez in the team, meaning they probably have freed up Szoboszlai, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one frustrating thing from the Liverpool lineup. But are you up for the game? Are you feeling juicy?
Juicy, fruity fruit juice. There you go. Yeah, all of it, mate. I am looking forward to it. Actually, it'd be nice to focus on the game rather than the club's bank accounts for a little while. I think that's good. Yeah, I mean, this is the real story now. There's nothing we can do about that. We have to draw a line under it, and and sort of look forward to this game. But I think the West Ham team I was aware of anyway, but I didn't know what the Liverpool team was. I certainly think that's Arne Slot taking it seriously and understanding that it's not been working for him, chucking square pegs in round holes at right back, which, again, some would argue that Gomez is a central defender, but he has played at right back on a number of occasions. But, anyway, there's still opportunity for us there.
The West Ham starting 11 is as follows. It's unchanged from the team that faced Bournemouth last week, which is Mads Hermansen in goal, the back four of Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Disasi and Diouf. In midfield, we've got Souček, Fernandez and Magassa with Somerville on the left, Bourne on the right and Tati up front. Feels like he doesn't really have much other option, does he? He's got very limited options. So are you happy with the starting 11, but could he do anything else apart from that starting 11?
I'm happy with it. It's obviously what we chose in the preview show. I guess there's stuff he could do, but it's nothing major. He could swap to Debo in for one of the centre backs, or there's not a lot. He could move Bowen central and play Traore there. Yeah, I mean, but you're sort of scratching around for something to do. I don't blame him. I would have played this way myself. So we're short of options, and we know why now because we're skint.
I'm happy with it. I think it was an obvious start 11. It's an easy team selection for Nuno. And whilst we haven't won the last couple of games, we were unlucky against Man United, and we followed it up by keeping a clean sheet against Bournemouth. Again, another game you might look at and think, maybe we could have gone and won that game. But I think Nuno will be looking at the positives, which was that not conceding, and where our defence has got a lot better in recent weeks. And we go to Anfield and difficult place to go, and I think he might be a bit frustrated with the Liverpool team news that's come out, because I think he might think, right, okay, this is actually what they tend to do when they're chasing the game where they need a goal, but they're doing that from the start rather than at half-time or on the hour mark or whatever. But the West Ham bench, to be fair, actually, I don't know why I'm going to pick it up, is unchanged as well. It's on the bottom of your screen. Alphonse Areola on the bench for West Ham, alongside Walker Peters, Scarles, Kilman, Todibo, Mayers, Kante, Adama Traore, and also Wilson on the bench too. I'm not going to go into it too much, but you can copy and paste my gripe from last week and what I said in the preview, that don't want to see that many centre-backs on the bench. That's still applicable. But I would have been surprised had he not done that, truth be told.
Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. It feels definitely, the squad feels so incredibly weak, and it's, well, I think more than any other time. Not that we actually have any power as fans anyway. I almost feel powerless to whinge about it in many respects, because what's the point in sitting here talking about what player we could or should have got in January or anything else? I ordinarily sit here and say, well, even if Guilherme was on the bench, it's quite clear now why they sold Guilherme. It's a farce. The whole thing is a farce. It's, as you mentioned when we did our breakfast show this morning. You said we'd spent as much money as Bayern Munich? Did you say that?
The squad has cost the same. So the squad today, the players that we've got, cost 481 million according to accounts, which is similar to what Bayern Munich's has cost.
Yeah, we've done all that, and we haven't got a bench. So I said we'd draw a line under it. It's very hard I've got to say, very hard to talk about West Ham and not allude to that. But yeah, so the bench is weak. That much is true.
Yeah, anyway, the Liverpool team, it's on your screen right this second. Alisson in goal with Gomez coming in at right back for the Reds with Kanate and Van Dijk at centre back and Kirkes at left back. In midfield, they've got Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai with Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left and Hugo Ekitike up front. It's one of those that it almost feels a little bit irrelevant as to what Liverpool are going to do, but I have to confess, when I seen the lineup, there was a bit of me that was almost a bit frustrated. I was hoping Szoboszlai would be at right back and take their best player, their danger man, stick him at right back. So Liverpool's two best players would be in the back four. I thought, hello, we'll have a bit of that. So when the fact he started in central midfield is a little bit frustrating, but I do think there's an opportunity for Somerville to get at Gomez here. I'm not Gomez's biggest fan. I know he's had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but I still think that right back, whoever played there, was it Szoboszlai, Jones, Gomez, that's their weak spot. I think it still is. And I really want to see Somerville just keep loading up that Somerville gun and get him running at Gomez.
And WHUFC as well. I think that's, you're looking at somewhere in the team. Their midfield on paper or on screen does look formidable. Down the left side, not so much. But what I would say is, I do think Szoboszlai, like I know you think so as well, has been brilliant and is brilliant for them. I don't think Gravenberch and McAllister, I know he got 2 goals at the end and one of them was disallowed. I thought they were crap against Forest, both of them. Pair of them, actually. I thought they were really, really poor. But Gakpo was bang average. And I wasn't going to say it in here because I'm still... ironically, I'm funny, and I'm the first one to say it. I'm not superstitious, and I don't do conspiracy theories or the rest of it. Yet still in the back of my mind is that time I said about Joel Ward and Christian Benteke in the build up to a show. So that stops me. But I am going to say it. Otherwise, I'm being disingenuous. I wasn't impressed with any of their players when I saw them against Forest. So I do think there's opportunity. Sorry, not any of their players, but many of their players I wasn't impressed with. Gakpo was one of them. I would say Ekitike frightens the life out of me, actually.
The bench for Liverpool, they've got a couple of goalkeepers on the bench today, as well as Kesa, Jones, Robertson, Frimpong, and Yoni, Ramsey, and Rio. So quite a few youngsters on the bench and quite a few defenders on the bench there for Liverpool. It's a bit of a, don't want to use the word weak. It's because they get in our starting 11, but I think it's weak for Liverpool.
Sure.
So the squad depth, I think, is lacking at the minute. Rio scares me off the bench, but apart from that, I don't think they've got loads to worry about, truth be told.
No. Funny enough, it's only us doing the build-up show here and talking about the respective merits of the bench and strength in depth and stuff like that. I haven't lost my optimism for this game. What we're talking about now, lack of depth. I still think that is we have a decent starting 11 there. I think actually we've got a bit of everything in that starting 11. I think you could even argue there's a bit of everything in midfield as well. I think we've got goal scoring ability from midfield. I think we've got tackling. I think we've got dribbling. I think we've got passing. So and Somerville. Wan-Bissaka's an excellent player. We got Disasi and Mavropanos been playing well. There's a lot to like. And a lot to like here.
Juve had Mo Salah in his pocket at the African Cup of Nations.
Apparently so. There you go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm still hopeful that we can get a point. I'm still optimistic we can get a point. And I have to confess, I've even allowed myself to imagine if we got all 3 today. I just thought, imagine if we went to Anfield, got the win, got at the bottom 3, the buzz it would create, the pressure it would stick on Nottingham Forest and Spurs tomorrow, and even on Leeds United as well, because they go play Man City at 5:30. We won. They'd be thinking, no, we don't want this. So, do I think we'll win? No. But I have allowed myself to dream a little bit, which isn't something I can say for a lot of the games pre-Spurs this season, because I go into it with dread and expectation that we're going to get beat under Graham Potter. It was almost a case of how much rather than what's going to happen. So, I'm looking forward to it. My concern is our lack of depth, in that we are going to... it's going to be difficult for us to win the game between the 60th minute and the 90th minute. We're going to have to do our business in the first hour of the match when we've got our strongest 11 on the pitch, because I think the options from the bench are somewhat limited. But saying that, Callum Wilson proved against Spurs that he can come on with 2 minutes to go and win it for you. But it feels a little bit unsustainable, that method. But saying that, he had a couple of chances against Bournemouth as well, didn't he? Oh, again, I appreciate he came on a bit earlier, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I was watching the training videos actually this week, and he definitely still has that instinct, and I think what Wilson's willing to do if the ball falls for him is shoot early, irrespective of what side it's on. He's very quickly can calculate whether he should hit it with his left foot, his right foot, or head it, or whatever else. And I know it was only training, but it's not only training because we've already seen it this season from him. He will get his shot off early if he can. I'm not talking about him running on goal because sometimes he's waiting. I'm talking about when he's in position, when he's in the box. If the ball does fall to him, he remains our best finisher. There's little doubt about that. Obviously, we're clutching at straws a bit here. Of course, we know we don't have the depth. Did you? I was interested actually. I meant to ask you this morning. Did you watch the game last night of the Villa and Wolves?
yeah, of course I did.
What? Of course you did. What happened? Well, I know it's 2-0. Was there anything interesting there that I should know about?
I think the Wolves fixture is looking a bit trickier than it perhaps did a few weeks ago, but the Villa game is looking a little bit fruitier than it did a few weeks ago. Villa were crap. Villa were absolutely terrible, and Wolves were okay. It was a brilliant win for them, but I don't think they were, incredible or anything like that. They were just decent, and then Gomez scored a really good finish, and then they scored at the very, very end on the break from a corner. It was like 3-on-1.
Which Gomez scored?
They both did.
Oh, did they? Brilliant. Excellent.
So Yao Gomez scored, and then Rodrigo Gomez scored. And
but Angel Gomez didn't score.
Angel Gomez didn't. No.
You don't get that with your Dembele, do you?
He was on the bench. Angel Gomez was a time-wasting substitution last night. But yeah, listen, it was a good game for Villa. A good game for Wolves. And you can see how much it meant to the players and the fans, and Rob Edwards beating like a rival and stuff like that. But I'll put it this way: I kind of wish we were playing Villa on Wednesday night and not Fulham.
Yeah.
So we were playing Villa. I'd almost fancy your chances a little bit because you go back to when we played them at London Stadium, we were terrible. Villa were on form. It was good games, 3-2 Villa. Rodgers scored that goal from distance.
Yeah, he did.
I'd almost fancy your chances against, if we played Villa today, I'd fancy your chances off the back of what we're seeing last night. The way Villa played would suit the way that we play under Nuno as well. So
excellent.
Anyway, right, myself and Gonzo are going to do a little bit, and then we're going to turn to the live chat. Gonzo, what do you fancy?
I'm just having a little look at... I fancy a Somerville goal.
Somerville to score. Let's get that into the bet. Somerville goal. My word, he's 18-1 to score the first goal. 5-1 to score any time. That's a good bet, that, Gonzo.
Oh, I didn't know. Can't claim it, but it feels like he can score in this game. I'll say that much.
All right, I'm going to put my Somerville to be hacked down on at least twice.
Yeah.
Fancy a Gomez card?
Yeah, why not?
That's 35-1, so we could leave it there. That'll be 180. Unless you want to go one more.
No. I don't mind. Let's try and make it as.
That's all right. 180 quid's a lot of money, isn't it? Right. There's three things happen. Someone wins 180 quid. Somerville to score. Somerville to be fouled at least twice. And Joe Gomez, who's up against Somerville, to be booked. We're all on the Somerville.
That's another Gomez. He calls Joe Gomez. It's yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. If that bet wins, someone wins £180 to enter in the live chat. Please put the following phrase.
There's only one Gomez.
There's only one Gomez. Get that into the live chat. There was 3 on show last night. There's only 1 on show at Anfield. But we're hoping he's going to get a booking, and we're hoping he's going to scoop someone 180 quid. And just for anyone interested, it's currently Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 1, 7 minutes to go of normal time at the Vitality Stadium. Not that it interests us very much. They're both miles away from us in the league, although...
Well, it's already ruined our prediction.
Don't know, Bournemouth it's pretty tight. Bournemouth are the team on top, but Dan Ballard's just gone pretty close with that. There's been a decent game before it came on here. I was watching it. It's quite a good game, actually, a bit end-to-end. Both teams are trying to win, that's for sure, and Sunderland are just on the break at the minute, and it's come to nothing. Anyway, right then, we'll turn to live chat in just a minute. You still feeling fruity, Gonzo?
Yeah, I am.
What did you go for in the preview? 2-2?
I did, yeah. Yeah, was it 1-1 or 2-2? Yeah,
no, I did 1-1.
Yeah, yes, I think that was right. Yeah, I did 2-2, you did 1-1, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think, say definitely. I suspect it will be a draw.
I'm going to ask Gonzo a question, but in the meantime, there's a poll in the live chat. If you wouldn't mind clicking on what you think the outcome will be today, it'd be interesting to see the results, because I'm sensing a lot of optimism in the build-up to this game. The last few days, today, I've not so much today, actually, because it's been mainly around the accounts and stuff, but certainly yesterday, the last few days, I think I've sensed quite a lot of hope going into this one. If I offered you a point right now, Gonzo, the game doesn't go ahead, but you get a point, and that's it. Would you take it, or would you gamble?
I would gamble, but you know me, I do like to gamble.
Yeah, your 50p stakes, but
I do. Sorry, my microphone's up there. Sorry if anyone. Yeah. I've done my bet for today though.
Go on.
Put £1 on.
Oh, here we go.
I can't remember what it is. I'd have to pull the phone up, but yeah, I won't bore you with the details. But I put a whole £1 on, and I went a little bit more low risk. So that £1, if everything happens, wins me £213,000.
That's nice.
It won't be, but yeah, thank you.
I've done my usual bet, 66-1. Fernandes to have 2 shots on target from outside the box. But I should just add that it landed against Chelsea. So because of the odds, even if it loses every single game until the end of the season, I'm still in profit. Because it landed at Stamford Bridge. I only needed it to win once this season for profit, and it's won once.
Nice.
So I'm all right. But 66-1, big odds. Edward is asking, do you think any of our players get in their team?
I think Somerville does.
I think Somerville does. I think Fernandes does.
On current form, Fernandes does.
I think Wan-Bissaka does.
I think Bowen instead of Salah.
I think Wan-Bissaka gets in at right back over Joe Gomez.
Exactly.
So 4 players. That's quite a lot, to be fair. When you think if we were to do it for Man City or Arsenal, there's probably 1 at most.
Yeah. I think Kirkhead could consider himself lucky. Let's put it that way.
So we'd have Alisson in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Konate. I mean, I'm not Konate's biggest fan.
I'm not sure about Konate.
Either am I. I'm not a fan of him.
I think you could put either one of our centre-backs next to Van Dijk, and I think they'd do a better job. So
bloody hell, so we've got 5 West Ham players. We've got Alisson in goal, Wan-Bissaka right back, a West Ham centre-back next to Van Dijk with Kirkhead, and then we've got Gravenberch, Fernandes and Szoboszlai in midfield, and then we've got Bowen, Ekitike and Somerville as a front 3.
Yeah. I don't think that is outrageous. I really don't.
It feels outrageous, 5 players.
Yeah. But we got no problem here over the years. If we were absolutely crap, how many times have we sat here and said over the years we haven't got a single player that would get in their team? I don't mean Liverpool.
Yeah, and they are missing a lot of players. You know, if you considered they're fully fit and on form players, you'd say, well, Wirtz will be in there, and Salah on form would be in there, and maybe would you go Frimpong, Conor Bradley?
I'd tell you this much: even if Wirtz was fit, I'd still have Fernandes in.
Yeah.
Because I think he has been better than McAllister and Gravenberch.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that one. Well, the good thing is, Priest, I'm not going to read out the entire username, but Priest says he agrees.
I
only just read it. He also agrees. Anyway, right, time to get your thoughts into the live chat. It could be about the West Ham team, it could be about a certain player. Whatever you want to discuss in the live chat, please do get it in, but not your score predictions, please, because we like having discussion and debate and opinions and stuff. So please get your opinions around the game into the live chat. I'm just keeping an eye on the Bournemouth game. It's still 1-1, but Bournemouth are pressing and Sunderland are counter-attacking, which always makes it a little bit fun. Irving is saying, did you see Somerville's interview on the BBC?
I didn't, mate, no.
The only thing I did see, it was a quote off the back of it, was that he's playing well because he had a little girl. So he's had a daughter. And
okay.
That's the reason for his form.
Well, he's not getting up in the middle of the night changing the nappies then, is he? If he's made him play better.
Yeah, maybe he is, you never know.
bit knackering, all that, mate. Lack of sleep deprivation.
That's Bookie. I meant to click on Evans one. Here's Evans. Saying Liverpool will always be arrogant going into this one. Would love to win this one with a controversial VAR decision in second half stoppage time.
That would be magnificent. That would be magnificent.
I'm not too fussy. I appreciate Evan won't be too fussy either, right?
No.
But if we can, I'll be so happy if we win. Like I will. I don't even know what to do with myself. I'd start to believe that we're going to stay up if we win. Now the problem is,
maybe we know you won't go for a 5 guys.
No
maybe
chance.
Maybe a 3 guys or something.
Definitely not a 5 guy. No chance. That's expensive. Bloody hell.
Do you remember the first time I ever went into one and I put it on the chat? Do you remember? I thought it was like some kind of joke. And I actually remember I said to the person, you order it at the kiosk and you go round, don't you? And I actually said, no, there's only 3 of us want burger and chips. And I wasn't being sarcastic. I actually said it.
The thing is, right, they're very generous with their chips portion.
Oh, good for them.
You do get
they're not paying for anywhere to store them because they're all stored on the floor on the bloody potato sacks.
When we went to, I can't recall what game we went to. It was a West Ham game, and she said, "Oh, could we have 5 guys for lunch? I've never been." So I was like, I feel like you can't say no, don't you?
No.
You feel like you have to say yes. You're like, yeah. So we went in.
A trip to the mechanics, isn't it?
I was like, right. I said so I was like, so I ordered mine, and she ordered her burger, and she said, "Oh, and chips." I said, no, just one portion of chips. And she was like, "No, I want chips as well." I was like, "I know, but you get loads." And the bloke was like, "You do get a bit." And she's like, "No, but I want my own portion of chips." I was like, "They all just go in the bag. They're all at the bottom of the bag's just covered in chips with 2 burgers on top. It doesn't matter." Like, oh no. So I had to have 2 portions. Anyway, I was like, I'm full now. And there's a third of the chips left anyway, and I was just like sat there thinking, you better eat these. She didn't, but I was like, that's like £5 of chips. That we're just gonna have to bin here. Yeah, you do get a big portion when you get the.
So that should be their slogan, shouldn't it? 5 guys. There's 5 of us, so you get a big portion.
There's too much.
I'm available for marketing if anybody wants it.
Lewis just said my wife asked if she could have 5 guys for lunch, and we were divorced.
Absolutely, quite right too, Lewis.
And this must be Lewis's wife because he says 5 guys is great.
Absolutely, and I'm single. Yeah.
Oh, she's got a different account. She's saying that 5 guys is worth the divorce.
Okay.
Scott would have dropped Souček and put Walker Peters in, having played wide, so Bowen could play closer to Tati. That was actually quite a popular desire in the previews and in the comments from the subscribers. There's quite a lot of people wanting to see that.
Oh, well, but listen, maybe you will in the second half. I mean, he needs to do something at some point, doesn't he, Traore, really, to justify the fuss, really.
Yeah. So Nusi's asking, when was the last winning bet? Well, it should have been when we played Man U, because we needed Somerville to get fouled twice. Yeah. And there was only 1 foul given, but he got absolutely battered around the pitch, but the referee didn't give it. But we've not won one this season, Sanusi.
It was, which is really, that's all you wanted to know, wasn't it? But we have been close, really close.
Yeah, we keep missing it by 1 or 2. The Souček one was unlucky because Gonzo had Souček goal, and Gonzo gets the goal, and Somerville's been fouled at least twice in every game. Well, I say every game. A handful of games prior. In the Bournemouth game post, he got fouled 3 times. So just that one game is the only one that he's not been fouled twice. Yeah. Frustrating, but today's the day.
There you go.
Somerville's going to get chopped down. Somerville's going to score. Sorted.
There you go.
Simmons saying 5 guy milkshakes are pretty good, but then again, they should be. But the food doesn't justify the price.
Could I just say, 5 guys, and you can have bits put in it, right? Bacon. People have bacon in a milkshake. Anyway, don't worry about that, right? So you can have like a bit of caramel in it, a bit of vanilla, and you can have Oreo, and it's basically an Oreo biscuit crunched up. And it gets stuck in the straw. It's a real problem. And well, not a major world problem, but Yeah, so and then you can't suck off the milkshake anymore.
There's GBK does an outstanding strawberry milkshake, right?
Hold on, what's GBK?
Gourmet burger.
Oh, okay,
Kitchen.
yes, I do know. Yes. Yeah,
So there's one in Westfield. There certainly used to be,
yeah,
and the nearest one here is Manchester. Or certainly it used to be.
which is not near at all.
No, it's not. It's quite frustrating because I quite
Yeah.
like it. I really like GBK, but
Yeah.
there's when we go to Cheshire Oaks, which is about 45 minutes an hour away, and it's a retail outlet. So it's where Fred Perry have a shop, and all the clothes are cheap. So that's I like to go a couple of times a year, and that's when I get my Fred Perry clothes. When we pop down there, when we've got a bit of money. So we've not been for a while, but there's like a little restaurant in there, and I went in, and it was like an American type thing. Looks like something out of Grease, the movie. Went in, and I had a hot dog, strawberry milkshake, and I was like, this tastes identical to GBK's. And I discovered that same people own both.
Oh,
But
okay.
when I was there last time, a lump of strawberry, because there's chopped up strawberries in my milkshake, it got stuck in my straw, so I couldn't. I also had problems sucking off the milkshake.
It's a terrible problem.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me, may I have another straw? There's a strawberry stuck and I can no longer suck.
Quite right.
Anyway, there you go. So I love a good strawberry milkshake. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to confess. There's some around here. It's literally a dedicated like dessert store, right? I think it's even called Milkshakes and Pancakes or something. And we went. It was like, what's the powder called? Nesquik.
Cocaine.
Anyway, it was just like a powdery milkshake.
Nesquik, yes.
It was crap. Honestly, it was absolute crap. And it was the price of a milkshake from Five Guys as well. It's like, do you want like chopped up Snickers on it or something? I was like, no, I just want strawberry milkshake.
They've got one here in the middle of the shopping centre. I don't know if they put Nesquik in, but you can either have a Bueno in it or they'll blend up a Mars bar in your milkshake.
Yeah. She was asking now. I was like, I just want a strawberry milkshake. I don't know what the correct ingredients are, but I'd imagine there's a bit of strawberry ice cream, a bit of strawberries, maybe some vanilla ice cream in there, whatever. I don't know what it is, but blend it up and it's delicious, right?
Yes.
And I don't want a bit of Bounty in my strawberry milkshake or Snickers or Oreo. I just want strawberry milkshake, but you have to pay as if you've got one with all the additional bits on top of it as well. It's the same when we go get a hot chocolate. And I stopped making joke now because I get a row for it. But we'll go somewhere and we'll both have a hot chocolate. So I'll come and say, would you like cream and marshmallows? And she'll say, oh, yes, please. So I'll say, no, thank you. I'll say, is mine cheaper? And they'll be like, no. I'm like, yeah, but I've got less food. Mine costs less to make. Therefore, I should see a reduction in price for my hot chocolate. So I've been told I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I'm not allowed to. Apparently, it makes the person serving me feel awkward.
Wait, you'll have to tune into our naked podcast if you want to truly understand about a person serving you feeling awkward. Don't feel it's right to mention it on a public broadcast, as they say.
Yes. Doncaster saying, my local does a Jammy Dodger milkshake. Absolute class. We do like...
I'm not sure I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd like that. No. I think the Jammy Dodger, by the way.
Well, so is it going to have biscuits and therefore?
Yes, I think it's lumps of biscuit in it. Yeah. So I think the Jammy Dodger is overrated. The Fox's one, which has got the cream in it. Jammy Dodger's got no cream. It's just the ring filled with jam.
So you're not a fan
cream.
of a jammy ring?
Only if it's got. I like it to be creamed on first before I'll eat it. Oh, it's just like carry on.
Welcome to Hammer's Chat.
Oh, carry on.
Welcome to Hammer's
Build up
Chat.
to a good game.
Gonzo wants his ring creamed on.
We're both having trouble sucking off our milkshakes. There you go.
Anyway, we'll get back to live chat in a minute. If anyone's got football comments, feel free
Anyway,
to...
I think that is about Liverpool game. Yeah.
Feel free to pop them in. Andy prefers a chocolate ring.
Of course, I know that. We know you do, Walshy. We know.
Please do subscribe.
I'm not being funny. Only last night, and I'm not even joking here, I ate a chocolate party ring. They have got chocolate party rings.
From where?
From my bag of goodies that I was given for my birthday by my girlfriend.
So your girlfriend gave you a chocolate ring.
Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You can.
She gave me a whole packet of them.
So for your birthday, you got to taste your girlfriend's chocolate ring.
I think she's taken it off someone else. I don't know if that's cheating or not.
Anyway, we do have some. I say bad news. We've got some news. It's
Does it do with football?
Well, it's from people at Anfield. So the stewards, just on the off chance anyone's listening and going to the game, there's half an hour to kick off. Anyone that is listening that's going to Liverpool, they're outside Anfield right now as well. The stewards have been told by West Ham to confiscate any flags or anything to do with GSB out and stuff like that. So they are. So just be a little bit careful. If you do have anything, make sure that you turn your T-shirts out. Even if your T-shirt says GSB out, I don't know if they're trying to get them off or what, but just turn them outside in. Get your flags up your T-shirts. Be a little bit careful, because they are rattled. They are absolutely rattled.
It's too late. The genie is out the bottle. Honestly, the horse has bolted. You know, you're not in control of this stuff anymore. I don't even know why they're trying. You cannot control the narrative around West Ham fans.
They can't even control their bank account.
God.
They can't even control the things they are in control of. Kitty's asking, you got battered around the ring? You've started this.
I do love a battered onion ring. And in fact, if it's not for everybody, if we're sat having a meal and you're at my table, I'll take your battered ring as well.
Oh, for God's sake!
Straight off your plate.
Yeah,
not everyone likes them.
Anyway, I promise you, we've not been on the Beer 52 or anything like that. I can promise you, unless you have. I don't know.
I've got boxes up there. I don't know if you can see it up there somewhere.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to bring it forward and
promote it. Yeah, that's right. I might be drowning in sorrows later, yeah.
For everyone listening, we'll be honest with you, we've got a row from Beer 52 because they sent us a box of beer for February, and it's now the 28th of February, and we've barely promoted them.
Not for any reason.
We just forgot. It's been busy. Life's been busy.
Look, I've been getting FA Cup medals and sucking off milkshakes and stuff.
But so let's promote them quickly. If anyone wants a free box of beer, go to beer52.com/hammers.
Hammers.
You've got to pay the postage, which is $5.95, but they'll send you 8 beers for free, plus a couple of bags of snacks, and you'll get the latest Ferment magazine as well.
I'll show you. I'll demonstrate. You get snacks. You get beers, craft beers. You can't buy this stuff in the supermarket. Really nice beers. More snacks. Ferment magazine, which tells you all about the brewery and stuff, where your beer has come from. It's very, very nice beers.
There you go. So apologies to Beer 52 for forgetting to promote them.
It's a Belgian one, there.
But there you go. If anyone wants a beer, you crack on, because we've only promoted it once, and
the link's in the description below, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We've only promoted them once, and only 2 people signed up. So they sent us both a box of beer, and they've only got 2 sign-ups. So we got a row.
Actually, that is bloody nice.
Welcome to Hammers Chat. We're very transparent.
It's called Hole.
It's very apt. Mine are downstairs.
This hole.
Get your mouth around the hole. How's the hole tasting?
Sweet.
Good.
Yeah, nice one, that. Lovely. Vienna lager. Very nice.
Vienna's hole. There we go.
Beer 52.
Billow's saying, what's going on? It's 3 o'clock. You lot are talking about sucking off, battering people's rings with plating chucked in there. Yeah. We discuss anything on this channel. We've got no shame, which arguably is a bad thing sometimes. No filter.
Unlike this beer, which is triple filtered. I don't know. I'm just joking. I didn't make that up.
Right then. Comments. Let's go. 5 more minutes, then Gons will have to disappear. Edward saying, if we win today, Will Cadden claims she did her job, and we are world class in her resignation speech. Dildo brother and sister out.
Putting dildo alongside brother and sister, that just doesn't seem right. But I hope she doesn't say anything. I don't want to hear another word. Honestly, it's just all nonsense.
It was about. I mean, it wasn't. It was less than 12 months ago. She did her 1,200-word essay about how Graham Potter's the man, and the training ground environment's incredible, and this is the
Well,
second
I
longest
think that was in
period in our
October. It was in
history.
October. It was in October. In October, and 1 month before that, she went on. You went on Talk Sport. Crikey, talk about. Sometimes things get old really quickly. Go and listen to that interview now, which was in September on Talk Sport.
That.
It was Talk Sport, wasn't it? Henry Winter, Sean Custis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's really wound me up, Henry Winter, because post that interview, he's been calling the board out and criticising the board on social media. And I think, mate, come on. You had her sat right there and you stuck to the script. You stuck to a script. The questions were clearly pre-approved, and you sat there and you teed them up nice and gently for her, and she just volleyed them home, and then off she went. That was it. You had the opportunity to really grill her if you wanted to. Now, I admit, I'm aware she wouldn't have gone on if she thought she was going to get grilled. But just don't have her on then. That's what I really, really struggle with. Like I said, back in, however, it was years ago now, it was before COVID. Like, I was potentially going to interview David Sullivan and Nicky Hawkins from West Ham Fan TV, and David Sullivan stupidly agreed to it, and that was it. He just said, yeah, let's do it. And Tara Warren stepped in and went, whoa, pre-approved questions. And we said, no, thank you, we don't want the interview then. And it didn't go ahead because we'd rather have no interview than one with pre-approved. But it was up to David Sullivan, who would have went ahead. He didn't have any sort of... He didn't ask for pre-approved questions because he was just a bit naive, really. I don't know if he knew who we were or what. I don't know, but he agreed to the interview. But Tara Warren stepped in and saved his arse, to be honest, by saying, send over the questions. So he said, no, nothing. You're not getting them. Either it goes ahead and it's raw, or...
Just try again. She's not there anymore.
Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do that. His guard is gone. Right then, let's turn to live chat for a couple more minutes. Everyone's just been rude now. This is your fault.
It's not. I didn't start it at all. I did, didn't I? Yeah, sorry.
We've got a serious question from Nick. A deadly serious question. Do you think there's any chance the club faces extinction due to the latest financial figures?
I wouldn't say extinction. I would certainly hope not. The big problem is we don't have any assets. That's the biggest trouble. I guess something can be done with the training grounds. We've got sort of 3 of them, but the borrowing is a concern, certainly. But I would hope not. I'd hope there's enough there. I hope not. I hope not liquidation. I'd imagine. I think you go into administration first, and then if that fails, you go into a second period of administration. I got this right, before liquidation. So I'd like to think that what you're suggesting, Nick, would not happen.
I think technically, Nick, the answer is yes. Is there any chance? Well, yeah, there is. Do I think it's likely? No. I think we do have assets that we can sell in order to solve the problems. The issue is the assets of the playing squad. And so you'll probably find Bowen has to be sold or Fernandez has to be sold, but to replace them, there won't be any money. And so, right, Bowen's gone, 60 million. Okay, who are we bringing in? Well, no one. We've got no money. We're going to use George Earthy. I think you might find that that's their way of getting out of this, because there are some players worth a bit of money. The issue is, I think at the top you've got Fernandez and Bowen, and then the next level down from that, at the moment, you've got Somerville, Tadibo maybe.
Yep.
Possibly Juve. That's it. Then the level down from that, you've got players that are worth 15, 20 million, like Wan-Bissaka and Mavropanos, and you would need to sell 3 or 4 of those without replacing them in order to... So I think I don't think there will be liquidation, but I think there will be sales from West Ham just to keep the lights on. I think that's the issue that we're going to have in the summer. It's just a case of bringing money to pay the bills. Yeah. Here we go. Anything you'd like to add, Gonzo, before we before
No,
you disappear. I'm not going
no,
anywhere.
No, you're not going anywhere. I think I will skedaddle, and I'll see you lot afterwards. Enjoy your watch along and
I
your.
will do. Well, you enjoy slurping the hole, and
I'm going to finish that now.
all right, Gonzo's away to finish the hole, and he will be back at full time on the Forum channel with his review of the match. But Gonzo, I'll catch up with you.
And I might be on Sky later.
Yeah, you might be on Sky later.
There you go.
No, if you have too many of them, you won't. If they've tuned into this, I think you've just been uninvited.
That's true. That's true. There you go.
Right.
Anyway, enjoy the game,
Gonzo.
everyone. See ya. Bye.
Right, there we go. It's just me and you now, all of you. Right, let me just get rid of the stuff. Let me get rid of the headphone. Let me put my ear in, if you don't mind, so I can hear this side of my head as well as that side. Nothing ever happens over that side anyway. Just a wall. The door's over there. But I like audio balance if possible. And let me get rid of that because that's where Gonzo lives. So he's gone. Goodbye. Beautiful. Right. I just want to say a massive thank you to these three people. Oxby saying Liverpool's bench is poor, really poor. Oxby, thank you very much for the support of the channel. It is much appreciated. Also to Luke saying only a Hammers Chat build-up show. Would there be a discussion of sucking off 5 guys? YouTube said I had to edit the message to send. Rude. Bit homophobic of YouTube. And also to Katie, thank you very much for your continued support. You're a good supporter. You're a good subscriber, Katie. She says, please let Sam know Hammers Chat fans support him. Sam, I just want to say, I seen your comment earlier. If you're still here, Sam, I did see your comment earlier. The reason I'm not clicked on it is because myself and Gonzo aren't the best place to help you, and there is help out there for you though, and you got a lot of really good advice from people in the live chat. I know we've spoken before, you were on an under 21 stream and we brought up on the screen and everyone in the live chat was giving you advice and stuff like that, and you got some really good advice in the live chat post your comment earlier, so hopefully you're okay. If there's anything we can do personally, please do email us. That email's there, and it's not just for Sam, our email's there for anyone that needs anything or wants to talk about anything. Just email us, hammerschat@gmail.com. We'll always do our best, and if it's whatever, if you need like a phone call or anything like that, just email us. I mean, that offers there for everyone and anyone. Myself and Gonzo are here if there's anything you require. Right, live chat, what we're saying. George saying, as if staying up wasn't important before, now it's serious. If we win this, I'm doing that Suchek helicopter all the way to the Weatherspoons bar. Love that. George, can you do me a favour? If we win and you do that, can you get someone to video it, please? Could you get someone to record you doing the Suchek helicopter all the way to the bar? And can you email it to us? Because I would like to use it in a video. I appreciate there's a lot needs to happen here, starting with us winning. Harry, thank you very much for the support. Saying Salah and Gakpo don't go past the halfway line. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Lewis saying how we even had a draw at Anfield since we won there under Bilic. I dread this fixture. Anfield is hollow. Yeah, I've always written it off, to be honest with you. I've always, whenever it's Liverpool away, it's like, pfft. But I don't know. Today I've just got I appreciate I probably shouldn't be doing that, and given the content that we were suggesting earlier, I've just got a bit of a feeling we're going to get something. Got a feeling. DiCanio, we got it from a company that still exists, but they don't sell the chairs anymore. I don't know if they've just sold all their stock and they've just stopped doing it. I don't know if it's just the West Ham one, but I can't tell you the name of the company, but if you Google it, West Ham computer chair, you'll find it, but I don't think they sell them no more, which is a shame really. But Neil saying we've got to win this today. Hayes would have gone Bowen up top with Tati, and Walker Peters coming in with someone good enough going forward and defensively. Colin will do the Suchek helicopter naked down the street. Okay, I don't want a video of that, right? I'll stick with a video of him going to the bar doing a helicopter. Colin, I recommend you don't do that. I do not wish to encourage anyone getting arrested. Duncast saying if we make it to half-time not losing, I will be happy. Jay saying last year the club said something about looking to relocate the training facilities, I think to Basildon. Must be money in the Rush Green and Chadwell Heath land if used up for housing/business complexes. I don't know if anything's happened with that. I remember it because we had the... I can't remember his position at the club. Maybe the secretary of the Grassroots Football Club. Because they were doing petitions about basically telling West Ham to do one. And I remember him coming on and explaining it. I can't remember if anything... come of it. I mean, that's a few... you say last year. I think it was from before that. Unless there was an update and I've missed it. God knows. Liam saying, what's the bet we went for? Somerville to score, Somerville to be fouled twice, and Joe Gomez to get booked. That's it. 3 things. And if it wins, someone wins 180 quid. That's it. Nick saying, need the win today. Even in the States, I've got more students who are Liverpool fans who have been giving them crap all week. Well, Nick, I hope we do win. And you can go give it large back to them. Paul saying, Somerville gunning for Gomez has to happen early and often. I don't think he can handle 90 minutes without a card or an injury. Yeah, I agree. We've got to get Somerville running at him. The one thing I would like to see, sometimes I feel like Somerville gets a player in the book, but then we don't really capitalise on it. This isn't anti-Somerville. This is anti-tactics, if you like. I think sometimes we don't really... You know, Somerville's Gomez gets on the yellow card today around the 20th minute, half an hour mark. You want to get that ball out to Somerville as much as you can, and just keep going at him. He can't tackle you. He can't foul you anymore. But as I said, as a Liverpool fan, I want Liverpool to win, but generally want you guys to stay up. You're a good club, and I can't stand Nottingham Forest. There you go. MJ2 delivery of 2 Cantown Line prints, Upton Park and the tube station. Really nice. He is really good. Don't know if he'll be listening, but if he is, you might comment and thank you for your custom. Once again, I've still got the painting, which we will be sorting soon. We will move this on very, very soon. But we've still got this Canning Town Lens artwork, hand signed by Paolo himself. So one of you guys will be getting this eventually. I say eventually. It's in the next month or two, once we do something with it. It's just here. I'm a custodian of the artwork until someone wins it. West Ham, Aston Martin saying it would be historical if we win, since we haven't won at Anfield since 2015 with that sweet 3-0 win. Hopefully we do well. The thing is, there you go, MJ. I thought you might be listening. MJ, you got a personal thanks from Canning Town Lane. There you go. If Liverpool play like they did against Forest, we've got a chance. They were absolutely crap against Nottingham Forest last week, but they still went and got the win. However, I do think there was a fatigue on Forest's part in that game. I felt like in the second half, I could tell that Forest had played Fenerbahce away the Thursday prior. So, fingers crossed. I'd take a draw. I'd be happy with a draw today. But this is the type of game. We need to win one of these games, and the sooner the better. But it would just give everyone a massive boost. And I think there's a lot of people, maybe a bit like myself, who have got hope that we'll stay up, have been happy with what we've seen recently, been impressed by what we've seen recently even, but just think we're just going to run out of games and we're going to run out of time. The only way we can overcome that fear is by picking up a win that you perhaps don't expect, because you're getting rid of that games, aren't you? Thinking, if only there was 20 games or something, more winnable fixtures. If you can win a game that's not deemed winnable, it goes a long way to overcome that fear. So, fingers crossed. Absolute fingers crossed. Boss saying best case scenario is the board sell them the land and the stadium is repurposed with housing. Iron Disciple saying, I want to win. Come on. Fans are saying, bite your hand off for a draw today. Hope I'm wrong, but I think we might get a tanking. Simmons saying, if we win this, I'm not convinced we'll beat Fulham. They're an odd club whose form is all over the place and always seem to pick up and off. But they're a difficult team to predict Fulham. I agree. They had that really brilliant spell. Then they had a terrible spell. Well, I say terrible. Was it 3 defeats in a row? And then they bounced back with a win at Sunderland. The poll, I've just ended the poll in the live chat. I asked you what your prediction for today is. 42% of you, which is the biggest percentage, 42% of you, 1,100 people voted. 42% of you reckon we're going to win. 30% of you, I've gone for a draw, and 28% think Liverpool will win. So 72% out of 1,100, 72% of people, what's that? 792, if my maths is right. 792 of you think we're going to win or draw. That's a big number. That's optimism. Andy hates Liverpool, need a good result. Kevin said it took 3 point blokes in Northumberland Park. Dale saying Liverpool will be relaxed against us. They aren't worried about this game like we believe that they will be. Bennett saying senior accounts has killed my enthusiasm. Even if we stay up, we go through this again next year. Nothing will change till the board leave. Mark saying a win, no injuries, Forest and Spurs lose. What are we kind of? I mean, that would be perfect. Feels a bit of a stretch, but that would be ideal. I think what would also be a good weekend is if we get a draw today, a slightly more realistic one than Mark. We get a draw today and neither Forest or Spurs lose tomorrow. So out of the 3 of us, we would have the most difficult fixture, but they wouldn't increase the gap. And we go on to the next set of fixtures, which would feel a bit more winnable on our part. Got bloody ads for coming up here. What's this about? Oh, anyway, 10 minutes till kick-off. Right then. Favourite sub saying if we win, I will do that. Damage step overs all the way to the pub. That's some stiff legs. You're going to need a massage when you get to the pub doing those bloody. Matt saying you didn't work that mass out. I'm okay with getting it wrong. Maverick saying a draw or a win at Anfield would be a massive morale boost for the players. Drumming would be a disaster. A hiding would be a disaster for our survival. Harvey saying hoping Fernandes gets on the ball as much as possible today. I agree with that one. We've got to stop Szoboszlai getting on it from distance as well. Hasib saying regarding our accounts, can't shareholders put money into the club? Yeah, they can. They can put. However, there's a thing going round at the minute. I've seen a few people say this, that they can put 100 million in. And that's wrong. And it's wrong for 2 reasons. One, the figure that they're trying to allude to is 90 million, not 100 million, which is PSR. You're allowed to put in 90 million, which can be attributed towards PSR. However, they can actually put in as much as they want. They could put in 200 million, 300 million if they want to. But only 90 million of it is allowed to be included in the calculations for PSR. But in terms of equity and share funding, they can do as much as they want. They can put in however much they wish. They just don't want to. It's very clear in the accounts as well that the plan is to sell players in the summer and take out additional funding. And the last resort is the shareholders will stump up the cash if they must. And they've done the letter of support, which is in the event of relegation. If they have to put money in, they will. But they might as well just write, we really do not want to. Because the way I see it is they had an opportunity to do this in January and then therefore invest in the playing squad. They chose not to. So it's not like they wouldn't be putting money in to invest in this club or improve the club. If they did put money in the summer, it's purely to pay the bills, to keep the lights on and to protect what's left of the valuation of the football club. Basically, they might as well have just written, we're going to do as little as possible, but we won't let you quite go into administration, but we're going to sail as close to the wind as possible. So, yeah, 100 million, the figure's technically 90 million, and it's not capped. You can put in as much as you want. Aston Martin saying Wilson's former teammate is injured, which is interesting since Wilson was injury prone, but he proved he wasn't anymore, which is a great improvement for the guy. Which former teammate are you referring to? Wissa? No, he didn't play with him at Newcastle. Sorry, I just assumed you were talking about Newcastle. Evan Nielsen? Again, he didn't play with him at Bournemouth, did he? Isaac. Do you know sometimes when the penny drops and you don't have to feel a bit stupid? Sorry, Aston Martin, that's me right now. I feel a bit stupid now. It's Isaac. Anyway. Hopefully there'll be someone home later on. The lights are on. Hopefully there'll be someone in 10 minutes when I start doing the commentary from Anfield. Ford saying, hopefully the fans won't get too negative if we lose by 2 or 3 goals to 0. This isn't a game which I think will determine survival or not. If we get beat today, we don't get relegated because we lost today. However, if we win today, we might stay up because we won today. Hopefully that makes sense. Avid saying, been trying not to bring up the accounts today, but since we're on topic, the worst part is that if we stay up, we'll be stuck with this squad. Can't afford to strengthen. I mean, you're bold to assume we'll stick with the squad, then you might be fine. You'll stick with this squad minus insert your favourite player, whether that be Bowen, whether it be Fernandes, whatever. It'll be one of them, at least one of them will be off in the summer with very little money to fund it. Like I said, we went into the summer transfer window with 400 and I'm trying to remember this from memory. I'm going to be a few thousand off if I'm wrong. We went into the summer transfer window with £427,000 in the bank. That's it. That's all we had cash. A year ago, on the 1st of June 2024, there was 33 million in the bank account. So when they said we had to sell before we buy, they weren't bloody lying. You're half right. The people that said, don't believe you, was referring to PSR, and I include myself in that, and we were correct. It didn't have to sell before they buy in terms of PSR, but in terms of cash flow, we absolutely did. Because if we went to sign a player on the 1st of June, the most we could put down was £427,000. And anyway, right. Mick, thank you very much. The mainstream media owe our fan base a massive apology for the rubbish they've thrown at us. Financials prove our mistrust was very well placed. Thank you, Nick, for the £5 super chat. Very, very kind of you. DeCanio saying, do you see us staying up if Bowen isn't one of our best players? It'd be tricky. We need Bowen to shine. I feel confident, right? Well, we've got 11 games left, including this one. I feel confident Bowen will get another 3-4 goals this season. It's just, will they be the difference? Will his goals get us 3 points? That's the big question. I'm confident he'll score. I think he'll get 3-4 goals and 3-4 assists this season. Between now and the end of the season, I think Bowen will do good numbers. He might get, out of 11 games, he might get 8 goals and assists combined. He's a top player. He's having a good chin wag with the steward anyway. The boys are just in the tunnel at the minute. Well, some of them are. Bowen, Hermansen and Mavropanos are in the tunnel. The rest of them are yet to appear, or they're maybe just out of shot. All the Scales and Mayers, Kante all heading to the bench. Fernandes is there now. Do you know what? I quite like their training jacket. Do you know the jacket that they wear to walk out on? But I just think the crossed hammers are way too big. They look massive. If they were a bit smaller and they didn't have that writing under it, I don't know what it says, but I just don't like it. I'd quite like that jacket. And obviously not having the sponsor on the back of the sleeve. So my conclusion is, turns out I don't really like the jacket as much as I thought. David saying, what is me that the board will see parachute payments as helpful to the financial situation? That plus player sales solve their problem. The player sale, the parachute payments don't. I think it's just the player sales that will solve the problem, but you ain't bringing people in. I've just missed my massive gob. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Good job I'm not live streaming on YouTube or anything. That would be even more embarrassing. Anyway, there we go. No harm done. I've drank way too much for that. I'm going to need a pee before full time. Grouch, thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Said nothing in particular to say, just come on your irons, but he also donated in the super chat. So I just want to say thank you to those who have donated super chats today. There's no adverts on this video, thanks to those in the live chat supporting this video. There's an advert, hopefully there's an advert when you click on it, but once you're in, you're in. No more adverts throughout the stream, thanks to the support in the live chat. Hammer 1975 saying, hope we don't fear them and we're in with a chance. I agree. And Paul saying 5 minutes until kick-off. Yeah, everyone's telling me to go pee. I think I might have to go pee, actually. I don't really need one, but I will need one very, very soon if I don't go. That's the scoreboard up. I'm going to go piddle. Let me just mute it so you can't hear me tinkling in the bucket in the corner. And I will be back in 1 minute. I'm back. Right then. 2 minutes till kick-off at Anfield. Let me just move my telephone out the way. Bring my screen over so I can listen to the radio really good and describe exactly what's going on. Why is it bumpy? There we go. Not bumpy anymore. It was on the cable. James, thank you very much. It's very, very kind of you saying, call it wishful thinking, but I've got a good feeling. 2-1 way to Hammers. Let's go. A lot of people with good feelings today. I like it. I like seeing people positive. I like seeing people hopeful. I enjoy being positive and hopeful, believe it or not. Scissor saying that it's not the same without the wonky pillow. I've got the black bit that goes behind it. I've got the black bit scissored. The pillow's over there. I'll repair it one day. Don't know. We'll get around to it. I need to organise the office. I'm going to be decorating the office. I'm hoping to decorate the office during the international break. It's on the agenda. I'm going to try to take a couple of days off because I need to move everything. I could just record in a different room on my phone, I suppose, but I've got a vision. This thing's going. This thing gone in the bin. So do you know those wooden slats you get? I'm gonna get some wooden slats on the wall. I think get a framed shirt. I'm only gonna have one framed shirt though, so I need to make sure I get the right one. Which player do I go for? Do I go for Fernandes? My signed Fernandes shirt arrives next week. Thank you to Brian. I'm only clicking on Brian because he's in the live chat. Disco Sperm staying away, but thanks to Brian, I've got a few Fernandes shirts arriving. So a couple of people, if you want to buy a Fernandes shirt next week, you can. Right. Kick off any minute now in real time. I'm a bit behind. But we're ready for kick off now. Where's my manual control? Where's my massive clock? I'm all over the place. Here we go. Fuck it. Right, we're underway at Anfield. They've gone long, and Juve puts it back to Hermansen. We're underway at Anfield. It's Liverpool against West Ham United. Big game for both teams. A win for the Hammers would take us outside the bottom three for the first time in ages, whereas Liverpool need a win for Champions League football as we're moving the ball about in midfield, albeit only 20 seconds in, but it's been a nice 20 seconds so far. As Wan-Bissaka gives it to Jared Bowen. Was under pressure from Gakpo, but he does really well to get to Magasa, and it's out for throwing to West Ham United. And thank you to Brad saying, come on, you Irons, we can do it, and keep buying up our memorabilia. Well done. We'll do our best. That's all we can do, Brad. We'll promise you we'll do our best. As you can imagine, the bank of Hammers Chat is completely empty. We've spent all the money, but it's here, actually. It's here. It's in there. I barely let out my sight for the last 3 days. Mrs. Gio thinks it's a bit weird. I think she's getting a little bit concerned, but I need it. I need to know where it is, and I appreciate I could just put it there, go away, and come back, and it'll still be there. Then I get a bit nervous. But Brad, thank you so much. We'll do our best. Me and Gonzo promise you we will do our best. Right then. Liverpool just playing around at the back at the minute. 90 seconds on the clock. Van Dijk goes long, looking for the run of Kirkes down the left. Wan-Bissaka comes over and gets his head to it. Bowen clears it. Only as far as Gravenberch, though. And Gakpo is on it. He just dinks it through to Ekitike. And it's back with Alexis McAllister. Only Szoboszlai in the box for Liverpool currently. And Wan-Bissaka intercepts the pass to Gakpo. West Ham trying to play themselves out of the pitch there and got that wrong. Salah was in a bit of space, but Juve recovered just in time. But Salah looks for Szoboszlai, couldn't get it under control, and Hermansen gathers up the loose ball. Disasi gets it from Hermansen. He goes long. Good header by Tate, actually, just flicking out to Somerville. And Gomez put him under pressure. Somerville felt like he could have got a free kick, but the referee says no, and play continues with Van Dijk in the middle of the park at the minute. Very sunny in Liverpool. It's definitely not sunny here in Stoke, that's for sure. It's been pissing down all day so far here. We're hoping to take Grace to the park after we went shopping, but that got ruled out due to the heavy rain. And Gakpo's on the ball. We played darts instead, actually. We've Gomez crossed it, Hermansen gathered. Been playing, getting some use out of that dartboard that you lot kindly bought me. Got to put up during the week, and had a little shot this morning. See, even Mrs. Gio was participating. And then she spoiled the moment because she said it was nice to spend time together. That was it. Moment ruined. Why have you just got to say stuff like that? So throw into Liverpool on their right-hand side, just inside the West Ham half. Kanate receives the ball and gives it to Gravenberch, out to Van Dijk. Szoboszlai and Gakpo close to Ekitike at the minute as Kirkes holds the width on the left-hand side for Liverpool, and he receives the ball. Up against Jared Bowen, does a quick 1-2 with Ekitike and crosses it early, but it's blocked by Wan-Bissaka. And it goes out for a corner kick to Liverpool, who are attacking the goal in front of the Kop at Anfield. If anyone does want to get a dartboard, there's a link in the description below for Target, for darts. Please use that link. I'll be completely honest, we don't get any, they don't pay us to promote them, we don't get anything. They sent me a free pack of darts. Corner kick for Liverpool on their left-hand side. In it comes from Szoboszlai, head away by Juve. Gravenberch heads it back into that danger area, but Thomas Souček gets his head on it. It comes down to Gravenberch, he finds Ekitike! Oh, it's 1-0 already. It's 1-0 Liverpool. I need to see a replay. It felt a bit weak from Hermansen. He got beat very, very easily. I don't know if it took a deflection or something, but felt like the keeper should be saving that on first viewing. Decent corner in, but it was headed away by Juve. Headed back in. Souček got his head on it. Gravenberch, it came down to Gravenberch, who gives it out to Ekitike. He's got a bit of space here. Takes a shot, and Hermansen's nowhere near it. Ah, hits Mavropanos. Ekitike has an effort and it just strikes Mavropanos and completely. He's going to the far corner. And it hits Mavropanos and goes in at the near post. So that's why Hermansen was completely all over the place. Sticking an absolute wicked deflection. 1-0 Liverpool. Not even 6 minutes on the clock. I certainly felt that if we were going to get anything from the game, we were going to have to score first. Somerville, I mean, Gomez is all over him there. Referee's giving him the free kick. It's on our left-hand side, just on the halfway line. Fernandez shall take it. The referee's just been a bit... He's move the ball 2 yards. The referee's come all the way over to just move the ball 2 yards. Who cares? I don't even think Liverpool cared where we were trying to take it from. Anyway, we've gone backwards with it. Disasi's on the ball. Into Somerville. Lovely little touch out to Juve. Early ball looking for Tate. It is ambitious, but Van Dijk deals with it. And Konate just gives it back to his goalkeeper. Souček's high up the pitch at the minute. Souček's trying to help Tate press. You can see Jared Bowen encouraging Thomas Souček to get high up the pitch and help Tate, but McAllister did quite a good thing there. Alexis McAllister just sort of dropped in between Souček and Tate and jogged away, which meant dragged Souček away with it. But our midfield three is marking their midfield three, so there's Konate and Van Dijk passing between them, and only Tate's free for West Ham. They're our threes up against their three, and Bowen and Somerville are wide up against Gomez and Kirkes. So there's no one to really assist Tate pressing here. It's going to require someone doing something brave to release a midfielder. But Konate goes long with the pass, looking for Gakpo, but it goes through to Hermansen, who picks it up. Ramzaka just rolled it to Thomas Souček. Out to Jared Bowen. And is deflected by Kirkes. Thrown to West Ham. Souček takes it really quickly, releasing Jared Bowen down the right. Good play there by those two. And it's out for throwing to West Ham. Right in the corner. Right up on our right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka's coming forward to take the throw in. Fernandez in a bit of space there, and Wan-Bissaka's used him quickly. In comes the cross. It's headed away by Van Dijk. Magassa gets his head on it, and Fernandez just plays it back. All the way back to Hermansen, who's on the halfway line here, and he goes long out left-hand side. But it's not a great ball by Hermansen, and Gomez brings it down really well. But he sort of had to go long there, Hermansen, because of how high he was. He couldn't risk that being intercepted. And Mavropanos has done well to intercept a loose ball by Liverpool. And he gives it to Adam Wan-Bissaka. Bowen uses Wan-Bissaka on underlap. Cross is blocked by Alexis McAllister. And it's a throw into West Ham once again, right down that right-hand side. Bowen gives it to Souček. He's battling away. And it's out for a corner kick. Kirkes wants a free kick. The referee and the linesman say no. And it's a corner kick to West Ham over on our right-hand side. And I have to say, Jared Bowen's corners, I thought against Bournemouth last weekend, I thought they were absolutely brilliant under the crossbar. Very consistent. If we can get more of them and just get on the end of it and stop letting the keeper punch it. I thought last week we made it easy for Petrovic to punch it. We've got to prevent that this week if Bowen does the same technique again. And it comes from Jared Bowen. Mavropanos! But it's over the bar. And it's a goal kick. High and wide from Mavropanos. Got up early, got his head on it. Decent enough delivery by Jared Bowen. A very difficult one to get your head on that. Quite a crowded area. There's 3 Liverpool players going for it with Mavropanos. And the Greek won it, but wasn't clean contact. Liverpool taking the resulting goal kick. Konate goes long, looking for Salah. I have to say, the reaction to their goal, we've sort of got the ball down and calmed the game down a little bit, but there's possibly an element of Liverpool allowing us to do that, given that they're 1-0 up. But it's a really good play there by Bowen, Souček, Fernandes. Fernandes running away with it here. Out to Somerville on the left-hand side. Up against Gomez. Cuts in. Crosses it. Away by Kerkez. Somerville gets it back, though. Juice there if he wants it. He tries to cross it. It's blocked. It's another corner kick for West Ham United over on our left-hand side. Last week, Fernandes initially took the corners and Somerville started taking them, and Somerville's going to take them from the start this time, and I thought his deliveries were better than Fernandes last week, personally. So corner kick from our left. Somerville will take it. 11.5 minutes on the clock. Somerville in front of the away fans. In comes the corner. It's headed at the front post by Ekitike, but not far. Juve gets something on it, and I think it's Mavropanos has swung at that, and it's maybe a chance that, to be fair. Somerville is a good ball in. Ekitike got his head on it. Juve keeps it alive, and Mavropanos is sort of swinging at it as the ball dropped, and the elevation is ridiculous. It's really high, but unlucky by Mavropanos. Anyway, goal kick. Konate's on it again. And it's blocked by Tate, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. Halfway down their right-hand side in their own half, which Joe Gomez will take. Throw-in falls to Salah. Ekitike is on the move. Juve does really well there. Good defending by Juve. Intercepts it and wins the header from the loose ball. Szoboszlai gives it into Gravenberch. Good play by the Hungarian midfielder. And back to Van Dijk it goes. West Ham in their 4-5-1 shape out of possession though, but Ekitike has dropped out to this left-hand side, which has been a familiar thing so far this afternoon, although it's quite early. He's often gone out to the left and Gakpo's come in quite central. Gravenberch gives it to Ekitike, still Ekitike out to Mo Salah, who crosses it first time, away by Wan-Bissaka. And the referee's given us a free kick on the edge of our box for Gravenberch on Fernandes. I feel like that was quite a soft foul personally. I don't think Fernandes is trying to win that ball. I'm never keen on those ones where player A is jumping to try and head it and player B just simply moves his body to block player A. And so when they collide, the free kick is given to the player that was doing the blocking. Got to be fair, because I used to hate it when Harry Kane used to do it, didn't he, in the Premier League? Harry Kane was bloody dangerous at it. He would back into players when they were in mid-air. But it's a free kick to West Ham on the edge of our box. Fernandes up. He's okay to continue. Terminal saying, the stats say Mav is our best striker. It does. Last week against Bournemouth, I know everyone's not a fan of XG, right? But if we just go with the XG here, right? Last week, Disasi had the second most XG of any player on the pitch. Well, for West Ham. Callum Wilson was top. And it was dropped to Salah up against Disasi. Still Salah. Great defending by Disasi. Corner kick to Liverpool. He's been a brilliant signing, hasn't he? That was a really good ball by Kerkez. Salah had plenty of room because Juve was caught further up the pitch. And this is the risk versus reward where Juve will get forward and Salah won't go with him all the time, and there will be a bit of space for Juve. But the risk is that when they win the ball back, Salah's unmarked on the halfway line, as we just seen there. It was really good defending by our centre-back. Corner kick to Liverpool on their right, which Salah will take. So another corner to deal with. Liverpool scoring from their previous one. And it comes from Salah, headed away by Disasi. Somerville brings it down on the edge of our box. He's dribbling away with it here, gives it to Fernandes, gets it back. Szoboszlai has a dig. He's away. It's Somerville. He's away from one, away from two. He's got support with Wan-Bissaka. Finds Wan-Bissaka. And he couldn't find Jared Bowen. It's gone out for throw-in. Well done, Somerville. Brilliant from Crescencio Somerville there. Just breaking, just running at the Liverpool defence, shaking off. He picked up an edge of our box and he released it just outside Liverpool's. he had very little options. And Souček concedes a free kick on the edge of the Liverpool box. Just a bit late on Alexis McAllister there. Free kick given. I think we've, and since Liverpool have scored, I think we've responded really well. Although, Alisson's not been forced into a save yet. Panos has had a couple of half chances. Somerville's looking quite bright. I think we've been quite calm. Like I said, there is context around that, which is Liverpool are winning, so perhaps they'd allow us to be. But I think we're looking okay. We don't look like a team that's 1-0 down, in my opinion. Anyway, Fernandez coming forward here, gives it to Tati, gives it to Jared Bowen. Just can't quite get it. We're doing all right. I'll turn to the chat in a minute, because obviously it's the 15th minute, so there's a lot of red cards being posted, and rightly so, and pleasing to see. But I think we're doing okay. Let me know what you think in the live chat. I think we're playing fine. We just need to just get something clicking in that final third. If this was 0-0, I appreciate if my auntie had testicles and all that. But if this was 0-0, I'd be pretty happy. But performance-wise, I think we're looking okay. I think we've been playing okay since we went 1-0 down. Just need something to... I would say getting into good positions, but no one looks like they want to take a shot. They keep laying it off to someone else. I agree with that. J47 saying, all good minus the easy goal. Terminal saying we're in this game. It's just bouncing around the Liverpool box at a minute. Jared Bones dived in, got the ball. The referee says, get on with it. Wan-Bissaka, poor ball. Alexis McAllister picks up. Ekitike tries to skin Mavropanos. Brilliant defending by Mavropanos. He looks second favourite there, Mavropanos, but he's completely won it. And he's given it to Bowen. And we're high up the pitch. We've got bodies up the pitch. Cassin saying we're playing with some passion. Okolos saying, we're doing well, but I expected us to. Lewis saying it's a shame we're putting in a good performance now, but not winning as often as it's warranted. We need wins badly. Kurt saying a West Ham goal would help. Edmund saying the goal was unlucky, but might have woken us up. Anyway, 18 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 1, West Ham United 0. Alisson's got the ball at his feet at the minute. He's just waiting to be pressed. I think we're just struggling. The one thing I think we are struggling with a little bit is the midfield are just struggling with who to press. So Souček at the minute sort of half-heartedly trying to help Tati, but Alexis McAllister's dropping into like a left-back role, and it's stressing out Souček. You can see he wants to go help Tati, but he knows that if he does that, the pass to McAllister's on, and then we're outnumbered in the middle of the park. As the ball's out on the left-hand side with Kirkes, Gravenberg's the ball's right. They're just playing it around in the middle of our half at the moment, Liverpool. But comfortable for both teams right now. Comfortably out of possession for West Ham, but in possession for Liverpool, as Konate receives it from his skipper. Joe Gomez made a good run there, but no one went with him. Gomez is on the ball now and gives it to Salah. Szoboszlai is on the ball. And Katiki has gone into the box. He's having a bit of a tussle with Disasi off the ball here as Gakpo runs at Wan-Bissaka and cuts it back to Gravenberg. Tipped round the post by Hermansen, and Diouf keeps it in. He prevents the corner, actually. Good defending by Diouf. Good save by Hermansen. And Diouf just clears it as far down that left-hand side as he can. And Konate picks it up. It's better than giving away a penalty. Bloody penalty. Corner. Fernandez pressing Van Dijk at the minute, and he'll chase the ball all the way back to Alisson, and it's gone back to Van Dijk. Panos picking up Alexis McAllister, but it's been a clever run there by Kirkes, but Jared Bowen's done brilliantly again. This is the thing, Bowen out of possession. Bowen's been superb. In possession, not great, but really good tracking back there by Jared Bowen. Anyway, throw into West Ham. Wan-Bissaka takes and goes long. The Anfield crowd rise to their feet with a minute's appreciation for Jota in the 20th minute here at Anfield. Van Dijk just travels with it into our half. The tempo's, since we had a little spell, the tempo's been sucked out the game, really. Liverpool have just probably trying to prevent any enthusiasm building up from West Ham. Poor header by Konate into Magasa, gives it to Chatty, gives it to Jared Bowen, who looks for Somerville, finds Somerville. Juve on the overlap here. Somerville uses him. Tate's bursting into the box. Juve looks for him, for Bowen, but it's well defended there. Crowded out Jared Bowen. There was a good run there by Bowen, trying to get up to support him. Makes his way into Salah. Liverpool now trying to launch a bit of a counter-attack after we got some bodies forward there. Hugo Ekitike with the ball. Cuts inside. Fernandes with a really good tackle, though. But the loose ball just goes as far as Kirkaz, who pops it down the line to Gakpo, who's going to run at Wan-Bissaka here. It's still Gakpo, blocked by Wan-Bissaka, and a corner kick to Liverpool. Beneath, would you take a draw? I mean, absolutely. We're 1-0 down. I absolutely would take a draw. I think everyone would. We're losing. Szoboszlai's going out to take the corner kick for Liverpool over on their left-hand side. In comes the corner from Szoboszlai. Headed away by Tomas Souček, and it's out for another corner to Liverpool. I like Tomas Souček just chancing it a little bit, just jogging off as if it came off Van Dijk, but the referee didn't fall for it. Another corner. Szoboszlai will take it once more. And it comes, headed away by Jared Bowen at the front post, and it's another corner, third corner in a row for Liverpool. And I'm just watching Magasa in the box here. He's losing Van Dijk quite easily. Van Dijk's just using Konate to block Magasa, and it's working. Magasa's getting caught behind, and Ekitike is just throwing Tate into the net there. So there's a stoppage here. The referee's just having a word with Ekitike and Tate, just telling them both to behave themselves. Another corner kick. I'm hoping Magasa gets a grip of Van Dijk, but that was the one thing I noticed with that previous corner. And it comes... It's Van Dijk! Oh, for fuck's sake! 2-0. Literally just been speaking about that. He lost Magasa in the previous corner, which Bowen headed away. He completely lost Magasa. He shrugged him off. And he scored this one. I'm not even sure if he shrugs him off this one or not. I don't know. I was just watching the ball. Let's watch Van Dijk. Yeah, he just completely just nudges him. Van Dijk just gives Magasa a nudge. That could get disallowed. Probably not. Gomez is in front of Hermansen, but I don't know if it's blocking his view. Probably not. I need to see it from behind the goal, really. Gomez is offside. When Van Dijk heads it, Gomez is offside, but I don't think it's... Nah, it's not blocking his view. It's a goal. It's 2-0. Oh well, game over. Well, they are doing a VAR check. I'd be surprised if it's ruled out. I wouldn't want to. I always think if it was down the other end, what would I want? And I'd say this goal has to stand. Yeah, it has stood. 2-0 Liverpool. Game over. Van Dijk with the goal. We're just going to have to be careful here. we can't afford a hiding because there's not much in the goal difference column between us and Nottingham Forest. There's not much. So we're just going to have to make sure we don't get slapped. Disasi puts it forward for Juve, gives it into Tati, and Kanate fouls him. The referee says no, and play continues. Szoboszlai flicks it down to Salah, but Fernandes is given his handball against Fernandes, actually. The linesman's flagged for a free kick. Szoboszlai, nice little ball in there to Gravenberch, taking Magas out of the game. He gives it to Salah. And he just dinks it back to Kanate. And 2-0 up. Liverpool can do this now. Liverpool can move the ball a little bit calmer, take an extra touch. I don't like the fact that it feels like after 25 minutes it's game over, but it does, doesn't it? Between the goals, I don't even think we were that bad. I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised, I'm not angry. Like I said, this is not the game that's going to decide if we get relegated or not. This ain't it. It's the games against Brentford, Everton, Wolves. They're the Newcastle even. They're the games that are going to decide. Fulham. Fulham's the game that one of those ones. It's on Wednesday where you're going to have to go there and get something. To be honest with you, I think we're going to have to win at Fulham. It's going to be a difficult game, but this was not it. This was either bonus win or nothing, and it's going to be nothing. I agree with Simon, which is piles pressure on the Fulham game. I do agree with that one. I do agree with that. Yeah. Hermansen's just got caught up in a tangle with Gomez. It's poor from Hermansen, really. He's busy shoving Gomez out the way, and there's just no need for it. Gomez wasn't doing anything. Gomez wasn't backing into him. Gomez stood in his way. Then when the ball came in, he got out of his way, and Hermansen was trying to push him out of it, but he was willingly getting out of the way anyway. It's Gakpo, blocked by Mavpanos. Van Dijk gives it to Kerkez. Liverpool have definitely got their tails up here. In it comes from Kerkez. It's Ekitike, but the referee's giving us a free kick for a push on Disasi. It's free kick to West Ham, just on the 6-yard line. Now Manson just pops out to Disasi. Flicked on by Tati, but Gomez reads it well. But Souček picks up, gives it to Somerville, running at Van Dijk here. It's Somerville, he's battling away. They've collided. Somerville and Tati have gone for the same ball. Tati's going to hit it. Oh, Bowen, for fuck's sake. So Somerville does really well, and Tati goes to hit it, but Somerville gets in his way. Van Dijk gives it back to Alisson, who then kicks it, and it sort of hits Jared Bowen and goes back to Hermansen. On another day, that might just end up in the back of the net, or it might just stop. I think Bowen tries to just kill it dead, but He's only a yard or two away from Alisson, and it's McAllister. As Liverpool just on the attack here in a minute. He just takes his time, though, and it's a bad ball by McAllister. Kerkers gives it to Gakpo. Mavropanos is out of position here. He's followed the Liverpool forward, but he's just left him and dropped back into where he should be. Salah cuts inside. Salah hits Gravenberch. I mean, that's got to be offside. And it is. Bloody hell. They don't have to make this more difficult than it needs to be, do they? The linesmen with the offside rules and whatever. Anyway, Hermansen's got a free kick for West Ham after Gakpo was eventually ruled offside. He's going to go long with this one. I think it's the first time we're going to go long with a free kick today. We've been playing them short prior to this one. And Hermansen goes long, looking for Souček, but he doesn't challenge for it, and Konate gets his head on it. Makes his way out to Kerkers. He's got a lot of green space ahead of him. Kerkers, he's come down this left-hand side. Sabor slides at the back post. He's looking for him, but brilliant defending by Diouf. He just chests it down really calmly to Hermansen. Great play by Diouf. I have to say, he's improved a lot defensively as the season's gone on, in my opinion, Diouf. And Magasa, that's a delicious ball out to Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Great ball by Magasa. And it's not a great ball by Wan-Bissaka. Tati goes down. He wants a pen. It didn't look like a penalty. We'll have a look. The referee's just saying, hold on a second. Tati believes he was pushed. Let's have a look. He felt like he was too far away from the ball, but I'm going to have a look anyway. Wan-Bissaka's got on the right. I'm watching Tati. He goes across Konate. And in fairness, Konate does panic and grab him. I need to see another angle, really. The referee says no, and well, VAR says no as well, and we play on, and it's a throw into Liverpool. It did look like a dive from Tati. Konate certainly panicked and put his arm out, but not for me. And Fernandes goes all the way back to Hermansen, who pops out to Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line, out on that right-hand side. 33 minutes on the clock at Anfield. Liverpool 2, West Ham 0. Souček's collected it from Mavropanos and given it back to the Greek centre-back, who plays it over to Disasi and out to Diouf. Under pressure from Salah. And has gone out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Gomez takes the throw in, he goes back to Konate, and he goes back to Alisson. 10 minutes of the first half remaining at Anfield. He's gone long. Disasi beats Ekitike to it. Somerville picks it up on the left-hand touchline. He's cutting inside now. But he's on the halfway line at the moment. Gives it back to Disasi. And he plays it out to Mavropanos. And Wan-Bissaka's out on the right-hand side if he wants to use him. But he gives it to Fernandes, who's done a quick 1-2 with Magasa. Little options for Fernandes here, but he's gone out to Mavropanos, who's just pulled out to the right-hand side for a second to give his midfielder an option. Good ball by Fernandes into Magasa. Good turn. Magasa running at the Liverpool midfield. Out to Diouf. He's going to cross it early. It comes off Gomez, and it's a throw into West Ham down on our left-hand side in the corner flag in front of their away fans. And Diouf takes it himself, goes back to Fernandes. Only Tati and Bone in the box, so he goes back to Disasi. Wan-Bissaka, he tried to play it through to Souček, but just not the most terrible idea I've ever seen. But I don't think Souček was expecting it, and it goes through to Alisson. Van Dijk rolls it to Konate. Gravenberch and Jai Bones picked it up. His first touch wasn't quite perfect. He dinks it in to Somerville. Blocked. Good opportunity, that. Really good opportunity for West Ham. Really, really good opportunity. Bowen just nicks it off of the Liverpool defence, and his pass isn't bad. It finds Somerville, brings it down, and it's just 3 players throwing themselves at it. And it hit Kanati, I think. Fernandes on the ball at the minute, just inside the Liverpool half. Just need to try and get a bloody goal before half-time. Make it 2-1 before half-time. Bowen running at Kirkez. He crossed it to Souček. Oh, fuck. Saved by Alisson. Fernandes heads it down to Wan-Bissaka, gives it back, but Gakpo intercepts it. Chance for Liverpool to counter-attack here. And Mavropanos does really well. Good tackle. Falls kindly though for Ekitike to run on to. He's up against Disasi. Out on the left-hand side. Cutting inside. Looks for Salah, but Juve gets ahead on it. It's a corner kick to Liverpool. And Souček almost scoring for West Ham. Jared Bowen came down the right-hand side. Cut across, and Souček does really well get there first, and it's a good save by Alisson. The cross took a deflection. Two deflections, really. It came off Kirkez, and actually, I thought Souček was unlucky there, but actually comes off Kanate and then hits Alisson. Salah will take the corner. Liverpool scored from 2 corners so far today. And it comes from Salah. And someone, I think Hermansen gets his fist on it. Somerville picks it up. Under pressure by Szoboszlai. Somerville, he's refusing to just thump it. He's done really well to give it to Magassa, who's done really well to give it to Juve. Great play there by Somerville, Magassa and Juve. And he crosses the play over to Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Bowen and Tati make a move, but Wan-Bissaka keeps hold of it. Gives it out to Jared Bowen, who's got a bit of room on the right. Wan-Bissaka and Tati in the middle. And Bowen pushes across, but he can't quite find Wan-Bissaka. Frustratingly, I don't even think we're playing that bad. It's maybe just me, because I see a lot of frustration in the live chat and a lot of, bordering on anger with some players, but I can't pretend I feel like that, to be honest with you. But we're going to have to take one of these half chances as Kirkez is on the overlap, gets it, cuts it back to Alexis McAllister, blocked by Disasi. And it's blocked again by Disasi and is cleared away by Tati. Just need to better in that final third. We're getting into good positions. The pass just isn't quite right. It's frustrating. Really frustrating. And I have to say, I think Juve is having a wonderful game. He's not done anything wrong for me, Juve. Even just little things like that high ball towards him there, just ducks at the right time, just let it go through to your goalkeeper. Good defending there by Disasi on Alexis McAllister. The second one was brilliant. He knew what McAllister was going to do. He's going to volley it, so he just stood arms behind his back like a brick wall and just took it from close range and just didn't flinch. And Kirkez brings Jared Bowen down, and Thomas Souček tried to take it quickly, but Kirkez remained on the deck, and the referee stopped the play and brought it back. James is saying, couldn't care less if we're playing well. Let's try score. I think we are trying, though, James. It's not like we're not trying to score. We're just not good enough. Bowen's got into a good couple of positions, and his final ball ain't been good enough on occasions. Somerville, Juve, they've all had half chances to try and play that final ball, and it's just not been good enough. Anyway, someone said my clock is out of sync, and they're not wrong, so let me just adjust it to, it's nearly half time. Feels a bit late to be doing it, but let me just 40, 20, there we go. Right, give me 3 seconds, and then I can get my, there you go, my commentary will be in sync with the clock. Thank you to the person that pointed that out. I didn't realise it was so far out. It was 10 seconds out there. But anyway, I'm back up. The clock's perfect now. Juve's on the ball, gives it to Fernandes in the middle of the pitch. Wan-Bissaka's on the move. Fernandes looks for him. Bowen's in a bit of space there, but Wan-Bissaka had to bring it down first. Puts the cross in for Tate, who's challenging Konate in the air. There was always only going to be one winner there. But Wan-Bissaka's done really well to win it back. Gives it into Jared Bowen, but he had Van Dijk behind him. And Souček does well just to get in there, and it's a throw into Liverpool. Kerkez will take the throw in over on Liverpool's left-hand side. He's taking a minute to take it as well. Gives it to Gravenberch, who gives it back to Kerkez. Not the best return pass. Stone Souček puts him under pressure. But the Hungarian left-back just plays off Souček and gets a goal kick. 41.5 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 2, West Ham United 0. Konate looks for Salah, but Juve intercepts it really well. But his pass to Chatty, they're not on the same wavelength. And the loose ball ends up with Salah, who gives it to Szoboszlai, who looks to return it to Salah. Magassa's covering for the left back at the minute. Salah cuts inside, gives it to Szoboszlai, gives it to Ekitike. Great defending, whoever that was. Mavropanos, superb defending by Mavropanos. I thought it was going to be 3-0. Ekitike just dummies it, rolls it. And he looked like he was just going to slot it home. He completely done Souček, but Mavropanos put in an excellent block there. Well done. He's having a good game. He's in good form at the minute. Mavropanos, but that was a really, really good block from him. Corner kick to Liverpool. On the right-hand side, Salah shall take. And it comes from Salah. Away by Bowen. It comes down to McAllister. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's 3-0. 3 corners. We've conceded from 3 corners. Three goals, 3 corners. And it came from Salah. I think it was Bowen won it at the front post. Ekitike knocks it down to McAllister. It's on the volley. I mean, it's a really good finish and goal. Don't get me wrong. And it comes off Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka heads it. See a lot of criticism for Hermansen. I'll be honest with you. The second one maybe, but the first and third, I don't know. I don't see how you. I can't blame the goalkeeper for not saving the first or the third one when it's hitting our own defenders and going in the back of the net. I don't know. I can't blame. I think he could be doing better for the second one certainly, but the first and third, I don't know. I don't know how the keeper is expected to save it when it hits Mavropanos and then Wan-Bissaka. I don't know. All I'll say is be fair. If Areola comes back in and concedes deflected goals, criticise him as well. I just don't know. I just don't feel like Hermansen and Areola get the same, what's the word, assessments. I think you should be doing better for the second one, Hermansen, absolutely. But I think to blame your keeper for not conceding goals that have taken deflections is a bit harsh. We've conceded 3 from corners. I think that's the issue. Magassa's just hauled Gravenberch back. That's him in the book. Coming up to half-time. There's only a few seconds of normal time left. It shouldn't be too much stoppage time. I can't think of any stoppages. Szoboszlai shall take the free kick. It's too far out to shoot, but saying that, Szoboszlai, you never know, do you? And it comes Manson comes for it, gets his fists on it, but if Areola was in goal, he'd have volleyed it up the pitch and scored. And it's out for... it's another bloody corner. Fuck's sake. Decent ball in by Szoboszlai. Hermansen came and punched it, and Gomez had a shot blocked, out for a corner kick. Out on their right-hand side, so Salah will be taking this one again. Hopefully we don't concede from this corner, but it feels a bit pointless at this moment. And it comes from Salah, headed away by Mavropanos again. Back to Salah though, he whips it back in. Mavropanos heads it away again. Bloody hell, he's playing well, Mavropanos. That's the thing, we're 3-0 down. Our centre-backs are actually doing all right, in my opinion. I think our left-back's doing all right too. Bloody hell, it's a very scrappy out there. We've done well to just bring it back under control, but Somerville's under pressure by Szoboszlai. He's in our own corner. They are pressing us, Liverpool. Gives it to Magassa, who goes long looking for Wan-Bissaka. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. As Jared Bowen's on the ball, Tati makes his run, but Bowen doesn't release it. And referee gives him a foul. I think it's maybe a little bit lucky there. Free kick to West Ham on the halfway line. Less than a couple of minutes to go. Thomas Souček just shoved Szoboszlai over. Szoboszlai, to be fair, was doing keepy-ups, and Souček just pushed them over. And you know something? I don't mind that from Souček. We're 3-0 down, and someone's literally doing keepy-ups. You can't just let him take the piss. The referee's done the right thing as well, which is just tell them both to just stop it and get on with things. There's no need to brandish any cards. 300 grand we got fined for that scuffle at Chelsea. 300 grand. We only had 425 grand in the bank on the 1st of June. Fernandez goes long with a free kick. Someone's gone down off the ball. Kirkaz, the referee's given a free kick. I don't know who it was. One of our players obviously shoved him in. Free kick to Liverpool. They just played the clock down now for half time. Let me just move it out of the way. Alisson goes long. Bowen's on the ball. Gives it to Tati. Back to Fernandez. Kirkes puts a tackle in. And half time. 3-0 Liverpool. We're getting absolutely battered. 3 goals conceded from corners. Not just set pieces, corners. I think we had some spells where we looked all right, but the truth is we're just not good enough in the final third. 3-0 Liverpool. Right, what you all saying in the live chat? Let's have a little look. West Ham saying when you compare our team to Forest, we're 100% worse. Just can't see them losing tons of matches. Simon saying scoreline flatters them, not the best team in open play. Coobs is saying, well, every time I leave and come back, it's another goal. Why is it other teams push them hard and we never can? John saying we deserve to be relegated. This crap has been going on for 4 or 5 seasons. Shit stadium, shit ownership, bang average team of players. Iron saying Bowen's got zero interest in West Ham, playing to not get injured because he thinks he will get to the World Cup. Hope he doesn't. He's fucking lazy. Well, we've got the internationals coming up soon. He's going to get a bit of an idea if he's in the England reckoning or not. Kyle saying, difference is we're allowing them to play like this. Liam saying, what do you even do at half time? Honestly, I don't even know. I think it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Nothing you can do. Game's done. The game was done at 2-0. Chicken Run saying, need to stop looking at our squad through rose-coloured glasses. I don't believe we have a single player that will get into any top 6 side, thanks to our owner. Good job you didn't tune into the build-up show. Chicken Run. Mancunian saying, we'll be 5 points behind again tomorrow night. We are the 3rd worst side in the league and we deserve our position. Jamie saying, when do we think about taking Bowen Fernandes and Somerville off to rest them for midweek? Honestly, now. Now. Fez are saying we haven't been terrible, so the scoreline hurts a bit more than it should. Mark saying, sod this for a game of soldiers. I'm going to turn it off. Make some banana bread. Wait for the Fulham game instead. That's productive. I've never had banana bread. I just assume I won't like it. Brian saying to the previous poster, maybe stop leaving and coming back. Brilliant. Forward saying, I think we need to sub Hermanson. So you don't have to apologise for your honest opinions. Kyle saying, no one will mind if you end the stream early. Go spend some time with the family. It's my job, Kyle. You're having a bad day at work. You can't just leave. You've got to see out your shift. That's what I'm doing. The second half, I'm seeing out my shift. Tony saying, I hate to say it, but if we go down into administration under these owners, Creamy Bailey saying the difference between the relegation team and a team pushing for Champions League. Craven Moore saying game was done at 1-0. Dill saying the midfield battles are stalemate. Nothing happens there. Our defence is solid and have been good. Our strikers are awful today going forward. Liverpool just clinical. I think our defence are doing okay. I think Panos is having a good game. I think Disasi's doing all right. I think Juice's doing all right. I think Wan-Bissaka's doing okay defensively, but pretty poor going forward. But yeah, we're 3-0 down. As we keep saying, this has been painful, but I'm just disappointed now. Almost just want to stop watching, but never do. So turning this, I mean, no one's going to blame you. As we keep, no one's going to blame you if you do turn it off and go do something. All I'll ask is, would you mind leave the stream running because it helps the channel? That would be much appreciated. Will saying, I'm a Leeds fan. I felt much like you guys do right now many times. I feel for you. It looks bleak. Brad saying, we've actually been terrible all season long. And for at least 4 seasons before, we need to face facts. We're terrible and deserve to go down. I think most people do face those facts personally. Going by what I read from a lot of people. Sign saying you've got a choice, Gio. Employees don't have that luxury. To some extent, I think if the thing is though, if I don't do any videos, I don't get paid. Signs. So whilst yes, in theory, I guess you could say that what's stopping me, but it's still, if I want people to tune in on against Fulham, the thing is, right, if I end this stream, it's not very good, is it? I've got a duty. I feel like I've got a duty to subscribers. And the way I see it, right, this is where it's going to come across as a little bit, I don't know, self-indulgent or whatever, but I'm going to tell you the absolute truth as to why I will always do as many videos as I can. That's why during the international break, it'll happen again. During the international break, right, we'll do videos and the topics will sometimes be weak and people will always say, what's the point of this video? And I always wish, I've never done it, but my ultimate bite would be send me your email address and I'm going to forward you 10 different emails. And that's why, because quite often we'll get emails from people going into what's going on in their personal life, and they share a lot. And I'm not going to read any emails out because the person sending the email doesn't deserve that. But sometimes someone will email, and I'm just going to use a very generic example here. The email and say, Gio, Gonzo, thank you. My wife's currently got cancer, and we're really struggling. But that video, every day, I'm able to put on a Hammers Chat video with a cup of tea, and it gives me a 15-minute escape from reality. And once I'm finished the video, I'll go back to caring for my wife who's terminally ill. So I think, well, if we can do a video and it just gives someone 15 minutes of respite, it's worth doing, isn't it? So basically, the second half, there might be someone who's having a really shit time in life right now, and watching West Ham, believe it or not, watching West Ham getting battered 3-0 isn't actually a bad thing for them. It's actually still an escape from real life. And interacting with Hammers Chat subscribers, putting this video on gives them that distraction. It sort of justifies it to me. And that's why I think I'll always, always, always do my best. That's why we do it at Christmas. That's why we do it on Christmas Day. That's why we do the video. I know some people think you're mad, spend Christmas Day with your family, but the way I see it is I want you here the other 364 days a year. The least I can do is do it on the day that some people will need it more than others. Gary's saying the first goal was a deflection, third goal was a class finish. I think the third goal was a deflection as well, Gary. I think. I certainly think it came off Wan-Bissaka's head. Ayers Disciple saying we're not going down off a loss at Anfield. It's just painful to watch us not finishing our opportunities in this game. Hammer Legend saying, do you think it's a 3-0 game? I'm not watching the game, but listening to your commentary, it doesn't sound like a 3-0 game. Personally, no, I don't think so. Do I think we deserve to win? No. But we are horrific at defending set pieces, so it's... Yeah, I don't think it's a 3-0. No, I actually think we've played worse than this season. If you were to list our worst 10 performances, I don't think this would be in the worst 10 performances. But we're getting beat, and it's frustrating. And how bad we are at set pieces is frustrating. But I thought we'd get a draw today. Okay, I got my prediction wrong. It's not the end of the world, but I'm not angry that we're getting beat. I wish we were playing better. I wish Jared Bowen was playing better. I wish the midfield was doing better, and I wish that we'd taken a chance, scored a chance, and whatever. But I'll save my pressure on the game for the Fulham game than I do this one. Victor A saying never expected a win. Draw maybe, but we never get into Anfield. It's just the way it is. Plenty more games. Manage the game. Don't concede anymore. Look to Wednesday. The thing is, we're running out of games still, Victor A. That's the thing. We're going to need... I still think we're going to need what I call a bonus win. At least one bonus win. And this was an opportunity for that. It's not going to happen. Wayne saying people don't understand what it's like to be self-employed. It's harder than having a normal job. Taking a day off hits harder. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and, cry too much, but it can be tiring working 7 days a week. I did take a day off. I took 1 day off. When I went to Scotland, I took the Monday off. I spent it with the girls, and Frankie did a video about his predictions, and he did the watch along as well. I had 2 days off actually. I had Monday and Tuesday off, so I had 2 days off very recently. I know people are now commenting about what I was saying. It wasn't to prove a point or nothing, but when people say it's easy, just shut down the stream, it's easy. Like, it's not that big a deal, but it's not. Yeah, there's some people would perhaps miss it. Derek saying defence has been very good lately. What's gone wrong today? Very disappointing. I actually think individually they're doing okay, the defenders. I think even in open play, I think they're doing okay. It's just the set pieces. We've conceded from 3 set pieces. Stephen saying, to be honest, no one thought we'd win at Liverpool if Liverpool showed up. So I have to concentrate on the other games, including Man City. Dean saying, whether we're in the Premier League or Championship, he'll be here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Billow saying it came off Wan-Bissaka's head, as is Dim. Yeah, I thought it did. I thought it came off his head, so there you go. Mancunian, I bet you want to get away from the mother-in-law on Christmas Day. No one gets it. No one gets invited round on Christmas Day. We do something on Christmas Eve, so that on Christmas Day no one can come round. They're almost banned from the house. It's our day. That's how we do Christmas. Sketch is saying the game isn't over yet. If the team is thinking like half the fan base, then there's no point going to Liverpool. I mean, it's 3-0, Sketch. While technically you're correct, there's still the second half. I can't really... Yeah, I think it's... Why is... Why is everyone saying about Leeds Trev? Clown, I don't know why you tune into the channel. All you do is slag off the channel. And what do you mean get a real job? What do you define as a real job? I work 7 days a week, pay my taxes. Is that not a real job? All you do is slag off the channel and you have digs left, right and centre. Oh, subscribe. Oh, begging. Why are you here? You obviously don't like me. Go away. Right? Life is short. We've literally just had a conversation 10 minutes ago. There's people really struggling in life, right? Life is so... I get really frustrated with this, okay? I'll tell you this. Because life is so short. I lost a really good friend of mine when we were teenagers. She passed away. And I genuinely think, right, I've got an opportunity to go do stuff that she never ever had an opportunity to do. And it's something that's really motivated me in life. That I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm going to go do this and that because life is short, right? So you're tuning in to something you don't enjoy with someone you don't like, which I'll just never understand it. Life is short. Clown, just what do you enjoy doing? A podcast, a film, a series, a walk, music, whatever it is, go do it. Life is short. If you enjoy the content, stick around, thank you, and I appreciate it. But if you don't enjoy the content, stop. Go do something you enjoy. You say, I'm begging for a living. I'm begging you, go do something you enjoy, please, because life is so short. Whenever someone says, about, like, we're getting a bit philosophical here, right? But I always say to Mrs. Geo, and I'll say to my friends as well in private, I always say, your aim as a person, your aim should be that when you're on your deathbed, make sure that you can put your hand on your heart and say, I did everything I wanted to do. I lived my life to its fullest. I did everything I want to do, right? I've always had it's a little bit wet, right? It's a little bit of a wet wipe thing to say, but I'm going to say this. In my I've always said, chase your dreams, and along the way you're going to make some memories, right? That's my life philosophy, if you like, because it's short. Honestly, it's short. Anyway, Clown, I know you'll be here tomorrow slagging me off, and you'll be here the next day slagging me off, but just stop it. Not because you're slagging me off, but because you're wasting your own life. It's Saturday at 4 p.m. and you're doing something you don't enjoy. Anyway, there you go. Right. The teams are back out at Anfield. Paul saying give Clown Hermansen's arms, he won't be able to touch a keyboard. Maybe his mum will take the keyboard away, I don't know. Plink saying, speaking of doing something I enjoy, this is what we should do. Maybe we'll do it in a Fulham game at half-time. Speaking of doing something I enjoy, I did my first paid private car shoot today as a car photographer. See, that's something you should celebrate, and I'm glad you are, Plinks. Thank you for sharing that. That's a good thing. Good on you. And best of luck for the next one. Jane saying, pay no notice. I know, but it's every single day. It's just every day. It gets a bit annoying. But I don't know if it's caught in a clown, but the last time I had to deal with someone like this was when someone was asking me every day when Grace's funeral is, right? And I literally said to that person, just you've got something wrong with you. If you're tuning into something you don't enjoy every day, there's something wrong with you. Just go, stop wasting life. Anyway, second half is about to get underway at Anfield, and it does get underway with Fernandes. And it's a throw in to West Ham, halfway down the Liverpool half. Hermansen's struggling with the sun in his eyes already, which is never a good thing. Not what you want to see from your goalkeeper. 23 seconds into the second half, him struggling with the sun. Nuno's emerged from the dugout. No subs at half-time as far as I can see from either team. Just having a look at West Ham, Tate, Souček, Fernandes, Bowen, Somerville. I don't think there's any changes. Looking at Liverpool, why would they make any changes? They're 3-0 up. Magassa still there. If there was someone that was going to get taken off, I'd imagine it would have been Magassa with him being on the yellow card, but he's still out there as well. So no changes for West Ham and no changes for Liverpool at the break, because it's 3-0 to Liverpool as they try and get Champions League football for next season. And for West Ham, I guess it's damage limitation now for the second half, really. As we take a throw in down our left-hand side, Gomez wins it though, but Juve gets his head on it, falls to Alexis McAllister, and Juve clears it. Souček brings it down, but the referee stopped the play. I think we took the throw in a little bit too far forward for the referee's liking. He's making a retake. He's a little bit of a job's worth, isn't he, this ref? Unwritten rule in football, you can just take the throw in 5 yards further forward than when it actually went out the pitch. As Souček gives it to Jai-Bone on the right-hand side, up against Kerkez, goes round Kerkez, and he goes down. The referee said nothing, and away they come. Mavropanos as well against Ekitike, wins it back. Bowen picks up the ball, gives it back to Mavropanos. And he just takes a sensible option and gives it to Magassa. And it's back to Fernandez. Into Souček, out to Jai-Bone, who's got a bit of space on the right-hand side here. Seen plenty of the ball so far in the second half as Bowen. Fernandez on the overlap. Bowen uses him. Fernandez with a strange cross. Gets flicked away by Konate. It falls to Juve for the back post. Puts across to Souček! 3-1. We've got a goal. And he's doing the Sue-copter. It feels a bit... What's the word? Don't know. He's celebrating like we're 1-0 up, but we're still 3-1 down. They're checking for us. Oh, pisser. You can't go that far back, surely. Anyway, Jai-Bone, he gave it to Fernandez. It was a bit of a weird cross by Fernandez. It's the way he struck it, the bend on it was strange, but Konate flicked it away. Juve just drilled it back through the box, and Souček's the only one to react. Van Dijk, Konate, they're all just stood still. And Souček just puts it into an empty net because of where Alisson is. So it's Liverpool 3, West Ham 1. I don't want to say game on. It feels like there's a bit too much to do. But we've got a goal. Souček's very happy about it. Tell you what, at the worst case scenario, it will... What are they checking for? You cannot pull it this far, even if Bowen is offside, right? Which I don't think he is, but even if he was, you can't pull it this far back. There was a cross and it got cleared. Anyway, I think it's going to be a goal, but worst case scenarios, it gives the boys a bit of belief. It gives them like something. It says, go on, just keep going. There's a long time to go. It's only 50 minutes on the clock. If, it's a big if, and I don't think it's going to happen, if it goes 3-2, you just never know, do you? Liverpool are pretending to kick off here for a second time. And they do eventually. They're taking it old school with Ekitike rolling it to Szoboszlai. And the play is underway. I just want to say a massive thank you to some of you in the live chat. Quayers, thank you very much for your continued support. Who's saying he loves all the videos. Also to Aaron saying, keep going, Gio. Love your work. I will, don't worry. I will keep going. Ryan saying, thank you for the hard work. Appreciate it. Ignore the hate. I do ignore it most of the time, but like I said, I'm generally more concerned about people doing stuff they dislike. I just think they're wasting life, and it's one of my pet hates in life, ironically, is seeing people... Like, I don't mind saying this. I've said it before. Lauren's got a family member that's wasting his life. He's just pissing up the wall. And I just look at him and I think, what are you doing? It stresses me out. Not just him in particular, just anyone. Some would say I'm wasting my life sat in my spare bedroom in my house providing commentary on a West Ham game as Hermansen throws it out to Somerville, who tries to just take it over Konate's head, gets it wrong, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. And we've got Connor, One Leeds. It's the Leeds channel that I do a podcast on. It's meant to be weekly, but it's bi-weekly at this rate. Relegation Rhythm does good views. Leeds fans that watch it are very nice to me, and the Leeds fans that don't watch it are giving me grief. I quite like it. And also Katie, thank you very much for your support. Very, very kind of you. Jay, still no subs. Still none. No subs from either team. As we're approaching the 52nd minute on the clock at Anfield. Liverpool 3, West Ham 1, as Hermansen gives it out to Wan-Bissaka. It's a really bad ball by Wan-Bissaka. Unnecessary as well. He gives it straight to Gravenberg, who picks out Ekitike. He thought about the shot. He dinks it to Szoboszlai. It's a bad ball in by Ekitike, though. Anyway, McAllister on the ball. Gives it to Van Dijk. Szoboszlai cuts it back to Ekitike. Gravenberg. And Gomez on the ball. Out to Salah. One-on-one with Juve. It's a very quiet game as Salah. I think Juve's done well. Into McAllister. Bit worried. I've got a little bit of Juve bias going on because when I did the Bournemouth review, I thought Juve was like, him and Mavropanos were like the man of the match for me. And I've seen some people saying they thought Juve had a bad game. So I was like, right, okay, I've obviously seen the wrong Juve. But I think he's having a good game again. James would like to see Wilson on for Magassa. And it's bouncing around his gap. Oh my word, that should be 4. It's a long throw, and he's unmarked at the back post anyway, Gakpo. But Wan-Bissaka's just watching him, and it bounces, and Wan-Bissaka tries to head it, but it just bounces over. It's terrible defending by Wan-Bissaka. And Gakpo's got an absolute sitter at the back post, and he's just got it all wrong and puts it into the away fans. Horrendous play by Gakpo, but really bad defending. And we've given it away, and it's Ekitike, but Mavropanos does really well. And Ekitike goes down. There's a call for the penalty, but I'll have to have a look at that. It was in the sun. It's quite bright. It's hard to see. Juve comes forward. Can't find Somerville, but he gets a second bite at it. He finds Thomas Souček. Wan-Bissaka's in a bit of space here, but Souček gives it to Fernandes, who shrugs off Gakpo and gets his shirt pulled, and that's going to be a yellow card for Gakpo, hopefully. Let's watch the replay here. Mavropanos does really well just to block Ekitike. He sort of prods it around Hermansen. And it's a dive. Had he just stayed on his feet, Ekitike, he might have got a pen, but he sort of just like dives over Hermansen. And Gakpo did get a yellow card for that shirt pull on Fernandes. He's having a stinky game, Gakpo. Fernandes will take the free kick. It's right on the halfway line in the centre circle. Long ball towards the box. And that's a blatant shove on Souček. How has Gakpo got away with that one? That is a blatant push. Throw into West Ham. Wan-Bissaka takes in it. He ends up going backwards. Juve goes long, looking for Somerville. Alisson comes out and clears it. But Fernandes knocks it down. I'll tell you something, right? Tate looks for Somerville. Oh, wow, blocked by Konate. I'll tell you something. For a team 3-0 down away to Liverpool, right? We have come out and... I mean, I said this when it was 1-0, but It's 10 minutes in, and we've looked okay. Like whichever players or manager or coaches have done a chat at half time, the players have come out with a bit of belief as Juve whips it in. But it's a bad cross, goal kick to Liverpool. But the players have come out and it's almost like, when you used to play football back as a child, and it was this half starts at 0-0, like that. You've got to play this half as if it's 0-0. I think they're doing a little bit of that. They've definitely got a bit of enthusiasm, West Ham. Dale's saying we are playing well. It's just Liverpool at Anfield. I think we're doing okay. Cockney Clown says Gio believes in free speech. But see, the thing is, that's why I've not blocked him, right? Because he's not actually said anything. I rarely block people on here. If there's someone that's like trolling subscribers, that's the thing that annoys me the most. But then if someone gets personal with someone else, not necessarily me, but someone else, that's when I block someone. But I've hardly blocked anyone on this channel, believe it or not. It's under, 50 people. Bearing in mind we've been going 10 years. I've hardly blocked anyone. So that's why I've not blocked Clown, because he's not actually crossed my line personally. Anyway, Bowen had a really good opportunity there, and he's tried crossing it, and he's got the cross wrong. I think he should shoot. Yeah, Kaysen saying the same thing is Cockney Clown. The more comments in the live chat, the more money's made. It's really not how it works. You're just showing you don't know. Now you're just making shit up. We do not get paid per comment in the live chat. I wish we did. Bowen there, got the ball on the right, he cut in, and I keep referring to him like Bowen of 2 years ago, right? But I feel like Bowen of 2 years ago would have got a shot away there, and I think he could have got that shot, he just didn't have the confidence for whatever reason, and he's tried crossing it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. I just wish he took the shot on. But he's done well there to win it back, gives it to Souček, under pressure from McAllister. McAllister wins it off him, and it's Gakpo absolutely stinks. He is stinking. And McAllister's fouled Fernandes. And there's a free kick to West Ham. In our half, just outside the box. And he's not too happy, Fernandes. Bowen's, I assume, querying as to why it's not a yellow card, and the referee's giving him an explanation. But Fernandes still isn't happy. Paul saying we'd be great to get a draw. I'd bite your hand off for a draw. I'd celebrate it. To go 3-0 down would be unbelievable. I'll be honest with you. If at half-time you offered me to get beat 3-2, I would have taken it. I'd have said, oh yeah, we'll reduce the goals to just a 1-goal loss. We'll take that. As Kerkez, he crosses it, and it's away by Juve. It's bounced awkwardly for Van Dijk, but he's done well with it. Bit of head tennis going on here at the minute. Wan-Bissaka and Ekitike battling away. And Souček heads it back to Magassa, who heads it to Bowen. He gives it to Wan-Bissaka into Magassa. Good play there. Gives it out to Tate. He's out on the right-hand side. And it was a difficult ball to Magassa, and he couldn't execute it. And Alisson just rolls it to Van Dijk. Back to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai into Alisson, and Somerville knew that pass was coming, and he gambled. He just couldn't get there on time. As Bowen picks it up, and not a good ball. He's not having a good game, Bowen. Again, Kerkez comes forward. Szoboszlai, Kerkez, bit of space here for Liverpool. who plays out to Salah, but Juve read it really well. He's done superb there, Juve, and he's chasing it. He's not giving it up. Kanate gets there first and gets a throw in, and brilliant play there by Juve. Really, really good play. I might get accused of bias, but I'm sticking with it. I think Juve's having a really good game. And I'm not biased, just my honest opinion. It might just come across as Kanate's trying to grab Somerville, and Gomez puts a tackle in, and it's a throw in, and it's currently Burnley 3, Brentford 3, and Brentford were 3-0 up. So Burnley have come from 3 down to 3-all. Corner kick for West Ham over on our left-hand side. Somerville will need to get players in on the goalkeeper. Just get players in on the goalkeeper. Mapanos and Disassi are either starting to run very deep, or we're not going to be trying to put it under the crossbar like we have been. It's a loopy one, and Mapanos gets his head on, and Gakpo does, and Van Dijk clears it. And gets good distance on it as well. Fernandes picks up. Wan-Bissaka's got it. Disassi stayed up as Juve sends it in from deep towards Disassi, who doesn't challenge in the end, as Alisson comes out and gets his hands on it. Gomez whips it in, and Hermansen gets his hands on that one and gives it to Magassa, who tries to take on Szoboszlai, releases it to Thomas Souček, and McAllister fouls him. And I don't want to say McAllister just fingered Souček's bum, but it sort of looked like he was trying to finger his bum. Wan-Bissaka under pressure from Gakpo, so he goes back to Mavropanos. Why is the live chat discussing Neymar? James, why are you discussing Neymar? He's also saying Juice crossing has been poor, which it has been, to be fair. I just did not expect to glance at the live chat and see Neymar. As Mavropanos gives in to Bowen, under pressure from Kirkes. And he does well to give it to Magasso, gives it to Somerville. He's running at the Liverpool defence. He pops out to Juve, who's in a bit of space here. Juve, he crosses it. Oh, it's a poor cross. And Wan-Bissaka picks up on the opposite side, though. He cuts it back to Magassa. The players are in the middle. Magassa crosses it, but couldn't beat the first man. Fernandes! Oh, it's on target. It's a shot on target. One more for my bet. One more for the bet. One more for the bet. I need a Fernandes shot on target from outside the box if possible. I need 2. I've had 1. I need another one. Van Dijk just hooks it away. 64 minutes on the clock. Disassi beats Ekitike in the air as Konate flicks it down to Granberg, who nods on, but Fernandes knocks it down to Somerville, who just couldn't get over at McAllister's head, but Fernandes wiggles away from him, and Tate was offside. That's a bit frustrating. Fernandes hauls McAllister to the floor as Liverpool break. I think he's having a better second half, Fernandes. I think he's quiet in the first half. I think he's doing a bit better in the second half, imposing himself on the game a bit more. Salah cuts in. Good tackle, Magassa, but Salah keeps a hold of it, and his shot ends up in the away fans. Tommy, did you do the bet? That's the question, Tommy. Forward, would like to see Wilson on. We need some end product. Do you know something? I appreciate we might need like 2 up top. I get the call, but I wouldn't be against putting Wilson on for Tati. Maybe deemed unpopular, but I have to say, I think Tate's struggled a lot today. I don't think he's done anything. As I say, done much. I don't think he's done anything. We haven't got the ball near him. He's just been a passenger. So I think I understand why you want Wilson on for Magassa. I get it. But I just think it would kill our midfield. I think our midfield would just get ripped apart. So I think I'd put Wilson on for Tati. Because we're getting the ball wide, we're getting some crosses in, we're getting the ball at the pitch. I just don't like Wilson up there because he's usually isolated, but we're getting up the park today. Paul saying Wilson for Bowen and Kyle Walker-Peters for Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, Wilson for Bowen, Walker-Peters for Wan-Bissaka, and we might sneak a second, and then it's on. Do nothing, and nothing changes. And Dom saying get Wan-Bissaka off. Hammer for Life saying Wilson for Bowen. A lot of people want to see the Wilson for Bowen by the looks of it. Gary saying Bowen off for Adama and Wilson on for Tati. Avid saying Wilson for Tati is the play. He needs a partner. We're not getting anyone close to him. Nuno must use Adama as well. Otherwise, he needs some questions brought to him. Broccoli saying put Bowen central, bring Adama on for and Wilson for Tati. Adama going to have free roam down that right. So I think the general consensus in the chat is to maybe bring Wilson on for Jared Bowen. What do you do with the right-hand side, though? Like, do you go... I'm assuming you're putting Wilson up front with Tati, so who goes on the right? 4-4-2? I don't know. I think I'd go Walker-Peters for Wan-Bissaka and Wilson for Tati. And then I'd wait maybe 10 minutes or something. Then I'd put Adama on for Souček or Magassa and put Bowen up front with Wilson. I quite like that shout. I don't think Bowen's playing very well, though. Anyone that wants Bowen to come off, I get it. I understand why people want to see it. Tati saying... Dill, not Tati, he's on the pitch. He's saying Tati for Wilson, Traore for Magassa or Souček. Kels one is saying Traore on the right. Rob saying Walker-Peters for Magassa. No, it's another corner. We're away to defend a corner. I think it's maybe their first one of the half. I don't think they've had a call facing a corner this half. But Salah's going to take it. Szoboszlai's going short, which feels like a silly thing to potentially do, bearing in mind they've scored 3 from corners. We just need Magassa to get a grip of Van Dijk, Hermansen to stay away from Gomez. Salah swings it in, and he's doing it again, Hermansen. He's fighting Gomez. There's no need to fight Gomez. Gomez is not doing anything. Kerkez, he whips it in, blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Gravenberch brings it down. Into McAllister. Gives it to Ekitike, who wiggles away from our midfield. Gives it out to Gakpo on this left-hand side, up against Wan-Bissaka. He cuts in. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's 4-1. And it feels like the jammiest goal ever. He just boots it off a defender and it flies in the opposite corner. What on earth's happened there? I mean, Gakpo gets it. He just comes into the box up against Wan-Bissaka. He hits Wan-Bissaka, shoots. It hits Wan-Bissaka and goes into the far corner. I think it's Wan-Bissaka it hits, not Souček, but it hits someone anyway. Yeah, it's Wan-Bissaka and just pings into the far corner. Bloody hell. We've conceded 3 goals from deflections. What the fuck? You make your own luck in football, though. I'm a big believer in that to some extent. And you can only get goals via deflections if you flip and shoot, and we ain't doing any of that. Anyway, 4-1. We're making subs now. It's a bit, I mean, even at 3-1, it felt a little bit too little too late, but it definitely feels like that now. 71 minutes on the clock, still no subs. Granberg goes back to Allison, who hooks it away. And Kerkers just plays it forward. I have to say, there's obviously a lot of, frustration and anger in the live chat, but I think there's also a lot of calmness as well in the live chat, all things considered. Like, people may not agree with these people, and that's okay, but my point, just to show why I think there's a lot of calmness, which is, Bodger saying it's never a 4-1 game. Edmund thinks it's a bit harsh. And obviously there's some people that are the complete opposite, but we're back to hoping that Forest lose and Spurs lose and Leeds lose. As much as I don't think we'll catch. Last thing we can, the worst case scenario hasn't even happened yet. The worst case scenario is we lose and then Forest win. So we're only halfway into the worst case scenario. If Forest get beat as well, you wipe your face, you move on. Henry, who do you support, if you don't mind me asking? Because Henry said, you've played okay, keep it up and you'll win the game. So who do you support, Henry? Just going by, apologies if you've already said, but I quite like what non-West Ham fans, I quite like their opinion on stuff because it's calmer, there's no emotion involved, or less emotion depending who you support. Obviously, if you support Nottingham Forest, then you've definitely got a few. Anyway, Tatty battling away, Gomez giving him a cuddle, and Juve comes rolling down that left-hand side. It gives it into Somerville. Still Somerville, he wiggles into the box. Somerville! Oh, tipped over by Allison. Good effort by Somerville. Good effort. Good save. If only there was a deflection, maybe it would be 4-2. Anyway, corner kick to West Ham. Hopefully we can get another one. Corner kick, Jared Bowen to take it. Whips it in as Bowen takes a corner kick. It's Tati! It's 4-2. Apologies for the lack of celebration, but it feels like a consolation goal. Feels like a... It's a goal though. Bowen, corner in deep. Someone got a head on it, and Tati at the back post. It's a really good header by Tati. I think that's a more difficult chance than it first looks because it's bounced right in front of him and come up at him. And it's a really... I think that's a brilliant header. I think he makes it look really easy. But I don't think it is because of the way it hits the turf at that angle. Anyway, we are making a sub. And it's Magasta that's going off, and Damatraore is coming on. So it's certainly an attacking sub. This could be interesting. Is he going to put Bowen up front? Is he going to go 4-4-2 with Bowen up front, Dama on the right? Liverpool making a couple of subs as well, and it's not great in my opinion because Rio's coming on alongside Frimpong. So I think he could be, Rio in particular, I think could absolutely batter Wan-Bissaka here. Wan-Bissaka is usually a good one-on-one defender, but he's going to have to be. So Ekitike has gone off and Gomez has gone off, and Frimpong's coming on as well as Rio. Been a weird game, this, hasn't it? Been a weird game. Anyway, I'm just trying to look at the team. Where's Adama gone? It looks like he's put Adama up front and Bowen's still on the right, which feels a bit incorrect. Because you want Adama out on the right trying to get down the channel and get crosses in, and although we've not seen it, but Bowen's still a good finisher, so you want to get him central, but it looks like he's sticking with Bowen on the right and Adama's gone up front alongside Tati. You just never know, right? You just never know. If we could get a third goal, it would certainly be fun. As Fernandez breaks here, Szoboszlai chasing him. He plays out to Jai Bowen on the right-hand side. Adama's in the box with Tati. Bowen puts it across as Dex knocks out. It's Thomas Souček into the cup. You just never know, right? I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm pretty laid back in the sense that I'm not angry. I just think it's been a bit of a weird game, and if we were mid-table, I'd just shrug it off, but we're not, are we? We're in the bottom three, so it's every game counts and stuff. But there's 15 minutes to go, minimum. Just never know. Anyway, Alisson goes long on the resulting goal kick, but Disasi gets there first. However, it falls to Gravenberg, who gives it to Salah, and there's an attack on for Liverpool here. He picks out Szoboszlai. He gives it back to Gakpo, blocked by Disasi. Salah's picked up the loose ball. And Frimpong took on Somerville, but it was a foul by our left winger, and it's a free kick to Liverpool, and Somerville is in the book. Felt a bit harsh. I think it's a free kick, but I feel like the booking was maybe a bit rough. Maybe, actually, fair enough. I can see why he's given it, actually. He does kick him in the back of the calf. Just a bit desperate from Somerville, that's all. He got skinned and then just got a bit desperate. Welcome to YouTube, right? Pete, that's a yellow. Immediately after Pete, Paul, that's not a yellow. And that's okay. Some will agree with Pete, some will agree with Paul. Just, don't know, funny. Oh my word. Burnley have scored. Burnley were 3-0 down and now they're 4-3 up. What the hell? What? Anyway, turn my phone back over so I can't see the screen. I had to reply to Mrs. Giles and ask him what time I want tea. Anyway, Liverpool have got a free kick here. Salah will take it over on the right-hand side. And it comes from Salah. And Hermansen catches it. And looks to release it quickly, and he does. Out to Juve on this left-hand side. Somerville's up there with him. Them two have got a bit of pace down that side. Gives it to Somerville, but they've sort of halted their own attack. As it goes back to Disasi and out to Mavropanos. Harry, yes, dinner, tea, whatever. To be fair, where I'm from in Scotland, they call it supper. So, tea, dinner, supper. You can't call it anything else, can you? Fernandez to Souček. Out to Mavropanos. He crosses it deep to Tati, but Frimpong heads it away as far as Somerville. Gives it to Tati, gives it back to Somerville. He's in the box. It's Somerville! High and wide. Unlucky. Good play. It was, again, a nice bit of play by West Ham. If that was Liverpool, he would have struck someone and flew in the top corner. Bodger's calling it supper as well. I don't want to get into a debate as to what the evening meal is called, but I've adapted. So with supper in Scotland, I come down here and everyone calls it tea, so I've just changed my terminology to suit. Andrew says dinner. Yeah. Anyway, Rio is cutting inside, gives it to Gravenberch, and it's wide. Goal kick to West Ham. 1.5 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 4, West Ham United 2. Manson puts it out to Wan-Bissaka, who flicks it on. Traore's holding it up, but failed to hold it up. And Konate comes away with the ball. It does look like now, I'm just having a little look here, it does look like Traore's on the right and Bone's gone up front. Gakpo's on the ball though, puts it through to Frimpong. Juve couldn't get it. It's Frimpong. Oh, and it's 5-2, but it's another flipping deflection. What the fuck is this? I mean, this is an own goal. This isn't a deflection. This is an own goal. Disasi's just put it in the back of the net, but this is weird. This is a weird game. They've scored 5, and 4 of them have hit a West Ham player before they've gone in the back of the net. Juve misses it, and that just gives Frimpong all the time, and he crosses it, and Disasi just throws himself at it, and it goes past to Manson into the back of the net, and it's just... Do you know something? I'm not going to... I think Disasi's had a really good game, and he's just trying to block the cross, and it goes in the back of the net. Another day it goes by. In fact, he literally did that in the first half, and he went out for the corner. Salah crossed it, and he blocked it. Juve got that one wrong. I've been a fan of Juve in this game, but he got that wrong. He made a mistake there. But I think he's had a good game up until that point. Anyway, Bowen knocks it down to Souček. It's bouncing around. Tati slides in, but Liverpool come away with it. Szoboszlai on the ball. There's a lot of space out on the left-hand side, and Juve intercepts it. Gives it to Tati, and it's not the best return pass, but Juve picks it up, and it's a tired pass maybe, but Tati's chasing it anyway. Konate's got there. Dale's saying they read the accounts, or they read the accounts. I'm unsure what you're referring to, Dale. I'm unsure. You're going to have to say what you're referring to. I'm unsure what the context around it is. Anyway, Szoboszlai's just been booked. For foul on Fernandes. Fernandes takes a free kick, goes long into the box. Disasi gets up early. Falls to Mavpanos out in the right wing position. He's given it, it's offside. Someone was offside. And another substitution for Liverpool. Gravenberch is departing at Anfield. Mears is getting ready. Kante is getting ready. So there's going to be a couple of subs for West Ham as well. A couple of youngsters coming on for West Ham. Yoni on for Liverpool. The West Ham subs haven't occurred yet, but Mayers was certainly ready to come on. Fernandes picks up the loose ball in the middle of the pitch. 86 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 5, West Ham 2. Somerville concedes a free kick just inside Liverpool's half. It's a bit easy here. They've just played it into Gakpo, who's enjoying a bit more of the ball in the last 5-10 minutes. And he gives it out to Rio on the left-hand side. Mavpanos is down off the ball for some reason. I'm unsure why, but he's punching the ground in pain. As Rio has a shot, but Hermansen saves it. And Fernandez just plays it down the rev. And Mavpanos looks like he's in pain here, to be honest with you. I don't know what occurred. It was certainly off the ball. Let's watch Mavropanos. I mean, he sort of ran into Kirkes, but I don't want to say he's faking it because he could actually be injured, but it didn't look too serious. Winded, perhaps. Anyway, Kante Mayer's ready to come on for West Ham. Only 2 minutes of normal time to go, then we're into whatever the referee adds on. Looked like a foul throw, but never mind. Yeah, he's given a foul throw. And we will make our 2 substitutions. Mayers and Kante coming onto the field for West Ham. Not yet. They just edged closer to the touchline, but play's resumed and it's bouncing around here. Adama's got it. Gives it back to Fernandez, who flicks it back to Mavpanos with Gakpo breathing down his neck. And it ends up back with Hermansen with 90 seconds on the clock to go. It's not the best ball by Mavpanos, but Fernandez has done really well to recover that and take it away from Salah, who's been pretty pish in this game, if I'm honest with you. And he's Salah, he's been a bit pish. 10 games without a goal now. Well, there's still time for him to get one, I suppose. But Fernandez gives it into Jared Bowen, who's in the middle of the pitch at the minute in his new position. Out to Juve. To Somerville, who may run at Frimpong. Gives it to Juve on the underlap. And it bobbles out for a corner to West Ham. And the referee's given a goal kick. Somehow. Thomas Souček departs Anfield with Mohamedou Kante coming on to replace him. And El Hadji Malik Diouf also exits the playing field with Ezra Mayers coming on to replace him at left back. And everyone asking why it's not a corner, I don't know. It was a corner. It blatantly hit Kanate, in my opinion. And I also agree with Craven, I think it was, that said it. Dave was down the other end. 7 minutes up on the stoppage board. So 7 minutes to go at Anfield, at least. Wan-Bissaka with a big header and Somerville brings it down. Disasi, it's a bit of a strange pass into Kante, but Gakpo kicked him in the head in the end, and we've got a free kick just inside our half. Avid's dogs are now losing their shit because I've crinkled up my bottle, and they love playing with bottles. Apologies, it's ready for the recycling bin now. It's just going to wait there till I'll take it down later on. Panos feeds it into Jaibo and lays off Fernandez. Tati back to Fernandez, who just sort of volleys it all the way out to Mayers, and he's not going to be able to keep that in, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. At this point, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody, well, most of you anyway, for joining me. I appreciate it. Frimpong comes forward, cuts it back. It's Inyoni, but it's fired over the bar, and that could have been a really good opportunity for the youngster. He should be hitting the back of the net with that one. Should be 6-2. Blazed it over. Good play by Frimpong. Good ball back. And he's running onto it on his right foot, and he's just smashed it over the bar. But without any West Ham player in the way to deflect it in the back of the net, it's gone out for a goal kick. And as I was just saying, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I'll be live. I appreciate no one's really going to want to tune in, but I'll be live a couple of minutes after full time with my review from the game, if anyone cares. I'll be honest with you, though. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off with this performance and angry with the result. I'm not. It's you look at the remaining, or I certainly look at the remaining fixtures, and I had this one in the we'll lose. I know I had predicted a draw, but before someone starts. But if you go to before the Bournemouth game, I did the fixtures, and I had Liverpool in the we will probably lose game, alongside Man City, Arsenal, and Aston Villa. And I had the 4 we need to wins, and then the 4 might need to win some of these. And Bournemouth was in there, might need to win some of these, so call it the draw category if you like. So it's on course, but the thing is, the Fulham was in the we 100% have to win games. So it's going to be a tricky one. So you're looking for an angry West Ham fan, you won't enjoy my review, but I will still discuss it anyway, and I'll be honest as always. As Fernandez is on the ball, and he hooks it out to the left to Tati. Takes his time, finds Kante. He gives it to Fernandez. Gives it into Somerville, but Szoboszlai gets his toe on it. Out to Mayers. 3.5 minutes to go at Anfield. And Quiz is just ruining my review. I went in off West Ham pretty much. I'll be saying that 4 times in the review. And Kanate puts it out, but doesn't mean we're going to get a corner. The referee may decide to give a goal kick. And Somerville shall take it. And it comes from Somerville in swinger and is headed away by Szoboszlai. Rio heads it on further. And Mayers gives it to Fernandez, who's under pressure from Rio, but he's holding him off and gives it to Kante. Somerville in a bit of space on the left-hand side, but Wan-Bissaka just hooks it forward. And it falls to Kante, who brings it down and gives it out to Tati, but not the best ball. And Yoni intercepts it, gives it to Gakpo. A bit of space for Liverpool here. And it could easily be 6 if we're not careful, because they're counter-attacking with pace and energy. Salah blocked by Disasi, and on this occasion doesn't end up in the back of the net. It goes out for a corner kick. And Mo Salah will go out and take the resulting corner. He'll take it eventually. And it comes from Salah. Headed away by Jaibo at front post. Somerville gets after it, brings it down. Szoboszlai can't touch him. He's on the yellow card. And he does really well there. Somerville gives it to Wan-Bissaka. And someone brought Somerville down in the end anyway. And it goes out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Wan-Bissaka ran out of pitch. Rio takes it quickly, gives it to Kerkez, back to Alisson. A minute to go, and I'm looking forward to the full-time whistle, if I'm honest with you. I've got duck for tea tonight. Went shopping, and it was in the reduced bit at Tesco. The duck pancakes. And Mrs. Jill does not like duck, so I've got it to myself this evening. I'm going to go make that for half-time, watch the Man City Leeds game. I'll be live tomorrow as well, tomorrow morning. All being well, it'll be 10 a.m. I'll be live, interact with most of you lot in the live chat, see what you're all saying. Discuss anything West Ham. Obviously, we've got the game, but I think a lot of people will want to discuss the accounts, which they're more than welcome to do so. And Somerville just with the ball here, gives it to Mayers, into Bowen. Nope, into trouble, and it's not played well. It's another poor game by our captain. Another poor game. Frustrating. Kante into Fernandes. Shoot. Deflected. Adama gets barged by Kirkez. Full time. Liverpool 5, West Ham United 2. Anyway. Right. I'm not going to pretend I'm angry or nothing. I'll be live in a few minutes. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you don't mind sticking around for a couple of minutes so I can get ready for the review, I'd appreciate that too. And I'll be live with the next watch along on Wednesday night when we go to Fulham against... go to Craven Cottage against Fulham. Game just got even more important after today. For a lot of people, it won't really matter, but for a lot of people, it absolutely will. And I'm in the latter category of that. All right, I'll see you in 2 minutes.